everybody. Hi, how you doing? If I still had the music playing, I should set it up so that it carries on a bit so we can boogie, etc. You know, good classic on stream boogie. Hi, I'm Hazel. It's later than normal for me today. My sincerest apologies for that. I know it was last minute, but last night I was looking at the maintenance schedule and I was like, there's no way that they're done, because it was originally going to be on until the game was originally going to be down until 11 my time, which is already 2/3 of the way through my stream. And I thought, they're not finishing that in time. And you know what? They didn't. So we bumped it to the afternoon so I could stream while the game is live and actually play it. That sounds very nice. B, sleep in, because I was up real late last night. And C, do a little bit of poking around at raid guides this morning before stream, which did sort of kind of happen. Valerie, thanks for the 5-stream streak. Hi, how you guys doing? Squish.net with a 23-month appreciate it. But yeah, Scoots is totally right. Whenever I do change something with the stream schedule, I will put it... I have a ruler. I will put it in the Discord. We have a Squirrel Squad Discord. I'm almost never on there, but I do have a little channel where I post announcements, which is pretty much Hazel's calling in sick to stream channel. But I also, in that, put out the announcement for what's happening with my stream schedule for the rest of the week, because it is a bit funky. Myth exists. Thank you for the 5 gift subs. It is way too tempting to do that. I'm going to put this away. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Congrats to those who picked him up. How much gold did you make yesterday night? How much gold did I make yesterday night? Was that the question? How much gold did I make yesterday night? Was I supposed to make gold yesterday night? That's a normal sentence, right? Yesterday night. Why do I want to call it yesterday eve? That's weirder, not less weird. Rulers are great to fidget with. Just assume since you were up late. Oh no. I was working on a raid guide that I wasn't happy with. I'm still not happy with it, but at a certain point you just have to be like, listen, it's fine. In Hazel's desk snack tour, we have banana. We have more of that green juice that is getting of a questionable age. Still smells like food, I think. And then we have green tea, and then we have water. And also I've flung my headphone case to the ground. Today I want to relax. I want to just chill. I want to get real cozy. Also, look at how cute. I changed out the helmet for these glasses, and I am so into this. The leak does not match the vibe at all, and I don't care. I think it's amazing. I love it very much. I want to do... Rep things sounded really chill. My second choice would have been Gathering, which also sounds chill. But I'm thinking I can do world quests. I can do side quests that I hadn't done yet. Those will give me rep. I could maybe do a delve if I wanted to use a key. I haven't decided on that yet. I haven't done my Severed Threads pack. Like, there's stuff that I can do that will get me some warband rep, and it would be cute if we could get up a couple of renown levels. Might be good. Streaming late. We are late today. Late. Hazel, I've been focusing on fishing, cooking, herbalism, and enchanting. Do you think they're viable options? Yes, I do indeed. I have done all of those things. Cooking is always kind of tough to make gold from because anybody can take cooking, which means that your competition is going to be more. But there are things you can usually make profitably. I've been doing enchant and elk. I invested a bunch of gold in elk this morning to do some more research. I finally got brave enough to try wild experimentation to learn a few more things, and I was trying to make all the new things once for the first time to try to, like... I wanted to discover more recipes that I needed for patron orders. Yeah, this is a weird stream time for me. My brain's not having it. And I discovered 1 or 2 of them. I didn't get all of them, but good enough. Are the glasses why you have a ruler? Seems to go together pretty well. Are the glasses why you have a ruler? Glasses. Like eyeglasses or like drinking glasses? I'm having a bit of a dumb day. I can't tell if you're making a joke about me measuring the amount of green juice by like ruler. You know, I shall be having 7 centimeters of kale juice today because it's, you know, so it could be a thing. You know, people have fingers of whiskey. Why not have centimeters of juice? That is not the joke. Oh, well, I'm lost then. I'm real lost. What is the weapon enchantment? I like how soft it is. Life stealing, apparently. I don't remember putting life stealing on it, but I must have done. Sinvexen, thanks very much for the gift subs, guys. This is really good. I'm being good, and I'm eating the banana before it goes overripe and starts spawning fruit flies. Oh, hi! In my kitchen. We don't want fruit flies. I need to have them all trapped before the house sitter gets here so that she doesn't think that I'm a heathen. Anybody can cook, but doesn't mean everybody does. True in game and in real life. Demand for food is huge. I like cooking for gold. Your gnome looks like a teacher with the glasses. Teachers have rulers to smack pupils with. Where did you go to school? Oh my god. That's violence. Germany, yeah, I mean, now, even when I was going to school, back in yonder, like 2003, stop drinking the condensation off my glass, that's weird. No one in my school was smacking kids with rulers. Nuns used to slap students, yeah. Not my life. I'm lucky. I'm sorry if that happened to you. That sucks. Things still, my mom was going to school. Yeah, no good. That would make us do push-ups, but that was just one teacher, and I'm pretty sure he got fired. Eventually. Gonna go out on a limb? Guess you didn't go to a Catholic school. You would actually be incorrect on that one. I did, but I went to a lot of different schools, so I didn't go to any one of them for very long, because we moved around a lot. But at least one of them for a hot minute was, in fact, a Catholic school. But I was baby, I don't really remember it, and I don't think anybody was, like, slapping the first graders. I want music. Let there be sound. I did the seagull thing because I remember yesterday people were telling me how awful the Seagull World Quest was, so I really wanted to just kind of do it to get it done. Yeah, and I'm feeling like it varies on a school-to-school basis, but if any of you were, you know, manhandled in school, I'm sorry, and that's no good. This was so yummy. I forgot how much I like banana. It's the only food item left that's, like, cheap. Like, I can buy a bunch of bananas for, like, $1.50. You can't buy anything for $1.50 in this country. I should eat them more. They got fiber and stuff in them. Alright. Oh, gosh. Things flying everywhere. I said world quests. I said side quests. Let's clean up some world quests. I need to do a few more to unlock this one in this zone. So, you know what? There's a nice little pet battle. She's waiting for me up on the hill. Hi, kitty cat. Let's get started with a nice, lovely, relaxed stream. Today, for the millionth time, I was readjusting my chair to try to make sure that I am seated ergonomically. They say that your hips should be, like, a little bit above your knees. Like, your chair should be high enough that your knees are not, like, above your hips. Which makes sense to me. But for some reason, when I do that, I feel it's just different from what I'm used to, so it feels real weird. But we're working on it. Hi, sweetie pie. We must have good ergonomics so that we don't snap in half like a Cheeto. A bad kid? Aw, $1.50 Canadian is like Dollar Tree bananas. Helps keep your back straight. Do you know where going out on a limb comes from? What else would one go out on? I mean, I don't know if this is where it's from, but in my mind, the phrase going out on a limb, I'm imagining a cartoon cliff. And I'm imagining you are trying to reach something that is off the cliff edge. Perhaps somebody who is dangling down below. And there's like a lone tree that is like rooted into the top of that cliff and like hanging over the abyss below. And I'm imagining you going out onto the tree and then crawling out onto the limb of that tree, therefore dangling very dangerously, in order to rescue somebody or whatever it may be. That's what it means in my brain. When I say it out loud, it sounds crazy, so now I'm kind of second-guessing it, but it made sense before I started talking about it. Yeah, it's like an extreme version of going out on a ledge. What if it just means climbing a tree without any, like, cliffs or precipitous falls? Started the City of Threads grind last night. Thought of something that you said. The Pizzicato Arachnoid Orchestra is dead on accurate, and I'm a very happy violin kid right now. Aww. It warms the cockles of my ex-musician heart to think that there's still young talent that has hope in the world. Don't let it go. Believe. Said it originated from when people would climb trees way more. I think the literal meaning is going out on a tree branch. Okay. So the cliff was the stretch. I went to this tip of the Isle of Dorn to find out if I had a half-buried dog bowl there, because I couldn't remember if I had done the dog, like the Pandaria Tiller's Farm dog, and then the follow-up where it moves into Dalaran. I couldn't remember if I had done that on this particular character, but I didn't find the bowl or the dog. So I'm thinking maybe I need to at some point go back. Moss, wool, sheep, water the sheep. I did not read that one. Go back and get that because, you know, gotta rescue the poor guy. He's had a bit of a traumatic relocation. Your map is very clean. You should see my Ringing Deeps map. I was procrastinating the other day and I cleared out so many treasures from it just so that it would look all clean, even post handy notes. I was really happy. Dog in your garrison, you need the pebble. Couldn't it be in like a few different places depending on what the last thing that it actually did? Like if you never got it in Pandaria, wouldn't you need to start there? I don't remember, because I did make this character in Pandaria, but I don't remember if I think I made it towards the end of Panda, like right going into WoD, so I don't know if I would have done the Tiller's Farm on it. Last place would be the garrison. Even if this character had never, ever, ever touched the Tiller's Farm? Stuff was the best part of every Halloween orchestra concert in school. Oh. Okay, I need to water the sheep. There's sheep. Oh, I love these things. I thought that the mudfish with the stretchy arms, which is kind of fun to do, but I'm gonna try not to bother my cat too much. I thought that was gonna be my favorite model, and it is up there, but these things are so cute. They're so charming. They're so pretty. I wish they were real. I wish they were real. I don't know what I would do if they were real. I don't know, have a few in my bathtub? I live in an apartment. Try harder in life to get a yard where my flowery floral sheep might graze. Stone sheep, very good as well. Had to create an alternate server to buy the pebble. Sheep are kind of hard to keep. A cow would be more fun. But they're so pretty. I don't know, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter. What's important is how it makes you feel. Rock sheep, I think I would never know. I would adore. Got one of the moss wolves and called her Petal. I still have the wild one that we tamed that I named Sheepy. We later did get like nicer, not nicer, sorry, you're very nice, but we got other more extravagant colors, you know, with like more pinks and stuff in them, but I like Sheepy. Sheepy is my pet, and I will not abandon Sheepy. Are you not thirsty? I'm like, click it. That's okay. We're getting this done. I need the resonance crystals. I got my second piece of... What if I use my interact key? No? I'm not sure. You're really thirsty. You're saying you're thirsty, and I don't think it's true. I got my second piece of veteran gear. I bought the helmet from the Ringing Deeps rep vendor, and I got that all upgraded, so I'm happy with that. There is one more that I'm missing, and I think I'm like within spitting distance of the rep I need for it. I believe it is from the Hallowfall Arathi. So that's one of the reps that I want to pursue today. I think there's some lamplighting in my future. I'm gonna need to have a few more. I think it might be like 2,600 resonance crystals though, so I might need a few more. I wonder if I can actually yoink them. Yeah, my hunter has like 400, so I'm just gonna actually thieve from myself. There we go, I have enough. Wowee, look at that. I like warbands. They work real good. It's cute and a meadow. Somehow got lost in the algorithm hole and found my way to a sheep shearer YouTube channel and how they give them haircuts. That sounds very peaceful. There are some lovely agricultural channels that do like day in the life and vlogs and like information about various aspects of that kind of thing, and they're always very, I guess not all of them, the ones that I come across are always very relaxing. There must be someone who like wakes up and turns on their camera and starts up like some heavy metal music and goes, let's go feed the goats, but like for the most part they're all very calm and soothing and zen. It's a hop, skip, and a jump to the fair, your channels. Enjoying doing delves, trying to work on all the achievements I can. Still haven't done them all once yet. There's a lot of them, right? I say because I have no idea, because I've done like 3 of them. I feel like I have a delve journey in my future. It's just not now. It'll be sometime into the first season. She made a yarn out of their wool. Oh, my grandma had sheep while she's still at her farm. Aw. Scratches my itch of watching animals being taken care of, and before and after improvement. So many more delves than I was expecting. 16, 12? Lots. Quite a few. Quite a few. Which makes sense, especially if they play fairly similarly each time you do them. You would need to have quite a few of them to have the replayability stay tolerable. Alright, that took a little bit, but we made it. Let's go do the next pet battle. Although we did unlock the special assignment, and the pet battles don't give you any rep, but like, what if I need the mechanical upgrade stones? It could happen. One day I could be facing down an army of unleveled robot pets and I'd go, man, if only I had done Robot Rumble and gotten those mechanical leveling stones, we wouldn't be in this predicament. It could happen. I just can't, I don't know. I'm finding these very satisfying for like not really any particular reason. I'm not even working on achievements, I'm just doing them the same way every time. Hallowfall, thank you very much for the brand new Prime Sub. Appreciate it. Can't fight who you are. Yeah. You can. Is it worth it? Depends in which battle you're talking about. If you want to get real existential, we could, no, we're not gonna. It's a terrible, it's not a fun conversation, but there's a whole school of thought about what you are. Are you real? Is our concept of the self just a construct? And if so, is it helpful? Is it valuable? We assume it is. We have a very identity-based society. But what if it wasn't? I'm not even gonna, because I hate myself just listening to it. It's so insufferable. But there are some good books in that category that can give your thinker a stretch. Let's get into non-dualism. Ruin our day. It's been 20 minutes. Yeah. What do I do for this one? What do they want? Cinder bees subdued. I'm a little worried. They're elite. I often find myself flying over this area on my gathering character, who's level like 76, and you know, it's a meadery. There's a lot of bees. There's a lot of flowers. You know, there's lots of great ore and herbs in particular, and I find myself landing to try to like gather, and then I get attacked by a bee, and then I realize my blind little mistake. Are you like finding a green lion's chicken yet? No, largely on account of me not looking for a green lion's chicken. I think you are into something that I have yet to begin. You're walking a path I haven't started down just yet. Have you had any luck finding a green lion's chicken? It would be so funny if this wasn't a WoW thing at all, and you just, it's just a completely separate kind of an IRL path I haven't started. I haven't picked up a chicken since I was a little kid. These chickens. The trick is to hold them in a way that their wings are down so that they don't flap wildly and endanger themselves. It is the newest Hearthstone thing. JK. I want to play more BGs, but I have not been making or had time for it. Maybe that's okay. I don't know if Hearthstone Battlegrounds were like a primary thing enriching my life. I think they were kind of a thing I was using to avoid my life, but they're fun. The hard part is catching the chicken. They are indeed fast. Like I said, I haven't done it in years and years, but I remember there was kind of a strategy to it. It was not easy. Some of them were really sweet. Some of them were very tame. Wow, these people are in danger. I don't want it. Have you got an Algari Weaver line yet? I can't find it on AH crafting orders. So it is going to be crafting orders. It's a tailoring item. I've elected not to make it because there are a lot of things that also need Artisan's Acuity. Artisan's Acuity is in fairly short supply. It's pretty expensive and time intensive to continue gaining more of it. And I don't actually need the fishing skill for anything. Especially now that I've kind of done the derby. Fishing's sort of an afterthought for me, so I've got a few of these seeker threads and angler threads, but like, for what, you know? They want me to put in like, what is it, 150 acuity, and there are knowledge points that you could get for that acuity. Maybe not that much, maybe more of it, but you know, you can trade acuity for knowledge points with the Artisan's Consortium vendor. You can get recipes for acuity. You can use it to get like the blue quality profession equipment crafted. There's like pretty much everything else in the world is above Weaver line on my list, so I don't think it's going to be happening very soon. SGT. Let's say Sergeant CJ. Sergeant CJ, thank you very much for the gift subs. That would make more sense. Hopefully we got it. Turkeys are fun. You go stomp and you go tss, they gobble. I didn't know that. I like turkeys. I like looking at them. I like watching them just kind of turk around, you know. They're fun. They're charming. Alright, we did it. What did I get for that? I should thank the nice people. Thank you. 200 reputation with the Council of Donegal. I'll take it. There's also one more up here. If we're out doing world quests, we may as well do it properly. If I was really serious about rep, I would be using either handy notes or maybe rare scanner to make sure that I've got each rare hunted down for the week. And if I have time today, maybe I will. maybe we'll do that. If we like do all of the world quests and then I get through the lamp lighting thing and all the side quests that I want to do, maybe I'll go rare hunting. Because you get like 150 rep per rare per week. And it's real good. It's quite good. Kopetz, thanks very much for giving out a gift sub. I play on Lightbringer. Lightbringer North America. Weaverline counts as an enchant, so don't spend 8k on a perception enchant before you make it. Oh! That's really good to know. I did not know that. Wow. That's pretty good. Well, thanks for the gift, son. I hope you enjoy your Watcher of the Hunter's pet. I don't think I've done this one before. I'm not sure if I knew that there were Nerubians thieving the honey. What's in your green thing? It's the same pre-packaged one that I bought for the expansion launch. When did this expansion launch? The 22nd. How long are you supposed to keep juice after you've opened it? Should probably finish it, report it soon. But, yeah, it's got like, I think there's kale, I think there might be apples. I don't know. Pretty much juice. It's not bad. It's not bad tasting, but we didn't do lunch today. I got kind of carried away, and I had also a late breakfast, so we're just snacking our way through to dinner. Oh man, I have scheduled, speaking of the stream schedule, so today is afternoon stream, special occasion. Tomorrow is Friday, and that's going to be completely normal, as planned, as scheduled. And then on Saturday, streaming at the normal time and maybe hanging on for another hour, 2 hours or so after, do a little long stream, because on Saturday we're doing a birthday stream, so we can all celebrate International Hazel's birthday. By doing pretty much the same thing we do every day, except for every 30 to 35 minutes I'll go, "It's my birthday!" Even though it's not quite true. My birthday's actually Sunday, but I'm not streaming Sunday. Speaking of, I'm taking a 5-day block of days off in a row, so I'm gone Sunday, and I'm not going to be back until the following Friday, so that I can have a little vacation. I'm going to recharge, and you know what's sad is the thing I really want to do with a bunch of days off is I want to clean my apartment properly. I have been, like, taking, like, 5 minutes here and there to, like, vacuum half a room, you know, wipe down just the sink, that kind of thing. I've been like spot cleaning my way through the last I don't even know how long, and it's getting grimy around here. It's not awful, but like I want to just do a good thorough reset. I think I'm gonna do quite a bit of cleaning on Saturday before we leave, but I I want to clean it. I want it to smell really nice. I want all the laundry to be cleaned and put away. I want the floor vacuumed. Maybe a nice mop. I don't think I've mopped in a while. It sounds nice. Surely, no. I don't think it's gonna be a 5-day job. It's just the thing that I'm looking forward to. Also, I'm gonna make bread. I've started refeeding my sourdough starter. I don't know if the label that I put on it in the fridge is to be believed, but if it is, then I haven't fed the poor thing since February. And it is now September. So thoughts and prayers, but it does seem to be alive still. I've been feeding it continuously for a day or so to like try and revive it, and it seems fine. Seems all right. So I want to make some more sourdough. I clearly have not made any sourdough in like half a year. Let Moose out. He will lick everything down. Moose has a tendency to make things less clean and not more clean. He's a good boy, and he will definitely be on top of any food scraps, but my guy can shit. Surprised you didn't skip today to do guides. Indeed, I didn't. I've been moderately happy with my pace on raid guides, actually. Normally, like we did cancel what, like one stream over the weekend. I think because I took last Sunday off after the Friday show, so I had a little block there that we sort of used. And I think it just helps that I started earlier this year. There must be a cave. There must be a cave. Where is it? Did I see something over there? Or is that just a death knight? Because it was underground. Did you get? Oh, prizes. No, I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything. I had a question, like a different question to ask them that I was going to send. There must be a cave. You'd think it would be off this coast. It must not be. You know what? I'm looking it up. Fly around for about 30 seconds and then wow, hit it. That's a good way to live your life. Honey thieving. Nerubians. How do you get the best damage for Priest? Oh, I wish I could help you. I use the Wowhead guides, and I fully plan on the day that someone needs me to do any damage to speed read that Wowhead guide in the 5 to 7 minutes before they need me to show up for the dungeon. So anything I could tell you is just whatever's in the Wowhead Shadow Priest guide. That is my plan. A cave to the southwest, 75,38 for the cave entrance. 75, 30... Oh, wow, that's not close to me. It's on the other side. I made an Earthen Warrior. I'm not in a big hurry to level it. I feel like I've leveled so many characters lately through the, remix and then in the pre-patch event. I'm kind of like really over-leveling new alts. Oh, there it is. So I don't want to level her. She looks great. I enjoyed unlocking her and making her and customizing her and coming up with the transmog, and I feel like I'm done now. Yeah, I don't mythic raid. I don't have any intention to try it. This tier or in any future tiers at this time. Use the boost for the X-Pack of my Earthen to get the Heritage Driver. Over-leveling new one? Or over-leveling new one. I'll be there when you're ready. Anniversary might be a good time to level her. It just feels like I feel like I have too many alts now. So even if it is like a very fast time to level a new alt, I feel like I don't need it. I've used this terrible metaphor before, but it's like somebody's telling me that there's like a huge sale going on, pogo sticks. And I don't really need any pogo sticks. And people go, but they're really cheap. They've never been this cheap before. You gotta get them. And I'm like, but I don't need any pogo sticks. I will literally never use them. And so I don't know. They're cute, but I'm kind of tapped. I'm playing just the one character right now. I have like 25 characters that are unleveled that I don't even really want to level because it's nice being focused on one character. Also, look, I did all the world quests in this zone. I'm happy. That makes me feel organized. I thought I was gonna want more for for professions, but I'm kind of happy just focusing on one character for professions as well. I think ultimately I will want to level more of my 70s to 80 so that I can play their classes in like baby dungeons or like low keys or normal raid pugs and stuff. That's usually something I find kind of fun, and I think in this expansion alt catch up and friendliness is going to be good enough that I can deal with that. But until then, and until I feel like I've accomplished everything I want to on my priest, I don't really see a good reason to to mess with it, you know? Or you have too many characters to level another. I also think that I'm a little underenthused on lots of alts because it's been a long time since I've done a farm where I felt really at an advantage for having a ton of characters. The last one was probably when we got the Gul'dan mount from Nighthold. I was running a bunch of characters through that, but even then I feel like I was running, what, 6 of like 15 odd characters that I had? I just don't feel like I need a ton of them, and it kind of stresses me out to have them exist for no reason. What do I want? I was turning in this quest, that's right. I wanted to do all the world quests from this zone. And I was doing side quests out here as well, but maybe I should focus on Hallowfall because I have more rep to gain there today. Maybe in here? Maybe on your birthday stream we can do a big old purge of alts. If an alt purge ever speaks to me, believe me, I'll do it. For now we're okay. So we got a cache. Oh yeah, that was from doing the group quest. And then that, I don't know. I don't even know what that was for, something. Oh, Zenvella, thank you for the brand new Prime sub and anonymous gift sub, thanks. Character for each spec that I want to level? Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you, Eladans. It feels so nice to just quest. Plus, it's giving me stuff to disenchant, and per my enchanting weekly knowledge, I need a few things that can be randomly looted while disenchanting, so I need to keep getting stuff to disenchant. So, anything that I get that I don't need is a chance for me to get my weekly enchanting knowledge. Also, a tiny bit of mats. Not much. I'm still getting like 1 dust per green. I wanted to put points into disenchanting, but you just can't justify it. I put 1 point in there for no reason, and now I'm back to putting points into other enchanting skill. Oh, I sold some stuff. That's nice. I was just trying to clear up some clutter from my bags. I'm down about 20k gold from earlier today, but it's okay. We got enchanting knowledge for it. Speaking of world quests, there's a side quest I was working on down there. Something about Moira. She was having something to do. Yeah, okay. Let's head down this way. Well, hello for me. Thanks very much for the gift subs. Glad to see you on so late. Yeah, we're mixing it up a little bit for today just because the maintenance went on so long this morning. If I had streamed it this morning, I would have needed to have either played a different game or, I don't know, classic or something. It would have been kind of messy. The game ended up being down for my entire normal morning stream slot, so we scooched it. Tashasha, thank you very much for the gift sub. Maybe Tashasha, depending on where the emphasis is. Prime opportunity for Thematic to stream. I feel like I should not change my category from WoW until the gift subs and drop promo is over, because I would hate if somebody was like, oh, I'm going to give Hazel these gift subs so that I can get this pet, and they came by and they did it, and I happened to be in the Subnautica category, and it didn't give them the code for that reason. Like, I would need to either lie about my category or risk people misunderstanding, giving me the gift subs, or like trying to work on the drop and then being really frustrated because I can't refund gift subs. I don't have that functionality, and I would not like that. It's bad enough that people will sometimes try and do it when I'm not streaming. Like if I'm offline, I might come back and see that people gave gift subs while I was not streaming, and I don't think that works, but there's not a lot I can do about it. I think you're playing a tiny character has rubbed off on me. I never had any interest in playing a short race, but I recently made a Volterra, and I absolutely love her. You kind of adjust to it, and after a while I feel like it's hard for me to get into other things. I like how cute my gnome is. I like how distinct and how she feels like me. I have a lot of history with this character, so it feels very much like my main. And I'll admit it, I'm a contrarian. I like being a little different. I like playing something that not as many people play. Don't get me wrong, there's definitely gnomes running around. I'm not the only gnome. But, it's kind of fun being me. Yeah, a little different. What level are you? 80. Oh, what item level am I? 573. 573. I have not crafted any gear. So the gear that I'm wearing is largely from like random heroic dungeons, world quests, 2 pieces of veteran gear from the rep vendors. I'm hoping to get a 3rd one today that I've upgraded. Nothing too crazy. But from the sounds of it, it's going to be enough item level for me to get into normal LFR next week. Normal LFR? LFR. The first wing of Nerebar Palace LFR next week. I forget. I think if they said 567, they announced what the item level threshold was going to be in the announcement post. Yeah, I should. If I really wanted to be different, I would play a Mecha Gnome. I used to mostly play elves, then Volpera came along. It was a height adjustment. Hi Jeffrey, how you doing today? I saw there was an item in Cinderbrew Meadery. Could be only interacted with if you're a gnome, goblin, mecha gnome, or an Elgari engineer. Yeah, Earthen would probably be the most unique for now. Big yellow fire. And then the story mode is coming out the 2nd week, along with Mythic. Story mode opens on the 2nd week of the raid. I don't think it's going to be relevant for me, but I'm curious to see how they set it up and what they offer for it and stuff, because it's the first time that we're ever going to have something like that. I'm excited for 20th anniversary, but I was really hoping old Ubers would return somehow. I mean, they love bringing old stuff back. I think we're out of luck for the 20th anniversary, because I feel like they announced everything they had because they announced so many things. But you never know for the future. They're always remixing something, you know? I do still use a G600, even though they've been discontinued. When it dies, though, I'm on my last one. So when it dies, I'm going to have to adjust. I have a Corsair mouse, new in box, waiting for that day, locked and loaded, in reserve. It's a 12-button MMO mouse. I don't remember the model. And I felt around it. It seems like it'll work fine. It'll be a little bit of an adjustment, but as long as the main format of the mouse is fine. So I'll use that one. And then maybe one day I'll try out the Red Dragon one as well, because people say that one's quite good, and that one's a bit cheaper on Amazon. Discontinue. I know. It's my favorite mouse. But you know what? Life is full of small inconveniences. Oh, we need these drip packs. Very important. Yeah, we're gonna get this one. Got a scimitar. Let's make 600 dive. Software kind of a pain. Fit for mouse hands. I don't know if I've ever had software for a gaming peripheral that like I didn't hate. I feel like they're all bad. They've gotten better. I used to have to reboot my Razer software, and then I used to have to reboot my Logitech software. Not every day, but like every couple of days to like get the thing working again. I used to have to force refresh the thing. There we go. I needed that. Alchemy knowledge. And I haven't had to do that for a few years, so they must have fixed something. Rares are a very good rep source. They're probably the best for your time if you are able to find them pretty efficiently. Obviously they're finite because you're only going to get rep from each rare once per week. So if you really want the most rep, then you're looking at a bunch of different things. Add-on free life at the moment? Oh no, not at all. I have a big old list of add-ons. There it is. I remember gaming with a mouse with a ball inside. Gaming with one eye. Random Red Dragon one. Been working perfectly fine for 8 years. That's a really long lifespan for an MMO mouse. I mean, I guess maybe you're one of these magical people that's like nice to their things or has a like a game life balance, so they're not using the mouse 9 hours a day every day, but like, holy moly, that's really impressive. I'm happy if a mouse lasts me for 3 years, 4 maybe. If it gets more, that's great, but if it gets that many, I go, well, it checks out. Unreasonable urge to remove the ball from old types of mice. It's like my dog ripping the tags off of stuff. Not all of the side quests seem to give rep, but I feel the urge. I wasn't originally going to do it all on my main, but I've decided I want to clear out the map of side quests on my main. I want to do all of them on one character, even though I could level alts by like targeting the side quests that I hadn't done yet. But I just want to make the exclamation points go away, because I feel like for the rest of the expansion, it's going to make it so much nicer for me to figure out what's actually new and relevant when new stuff comes out, or like when there's a weekly or a reward ready, because I won't be conditioned to just ignoring exclamation points. I've complained about this before, but I spend all of Dragonflight running past a post that was like, the Ruby Feast needs you, and I was like, no they don't. They've been dealing fine for 2 years. Clearly they can get by. But it meant that every time there was new campaign, I had to go digging through all of these uncompleted quests to figure out what the new one actually was. Hope all is well. You're enjoying the new X-Pack? Thank you very much. I like it a lot. I've been relaxing. I've been unwinding with it. Sometimes WoW can feel a little intense, and I haven't felt that way about this one. This one just feels nice. Removed all the side quest exclamations on my map on Monday. Feels good. Sign of good content, doing it so it stops bothering you. Imagine knowing what's going on in these side quests. Yeah. Well, you know, can't change who you are. I think I would enjoy it if I stopped and had the patience to read and figure out what was going on. And I can summon that patience for 5 minutes at a time, but I don't know. I feel increasingly like my desire to not follow the story and read quests has been like, I don't know, making me stubborn or making me miss out or something, and that maybe I should just try to get over myself and do it. And then the counter argument is, game is for fun. Lots of different ways to play game, none of them necessarily wrong. If it's not fun, or if you're not actually enjoying engaging with it in that way, then there's no real reason to force yourself to just for the sake of it. It's not going to make you like a more virtuous person or anything. It's just kind of arbitrary at that point. So I go back and forth. Board Geek YT, thank you for the gift set. Appreciate it. A lot of the side quests are a great story. That's what people are saying. I'm just, I don't know, awful. Set in my ways. I like good stories, but I like good stories primarily from reading books. I don't really like listening to books. I don't really like following story in video games. And I'm kind of iffy on watching fictional TV for stories. I can sometimes a good story in a movie can do it, but sometimes not as much. I mainly watch like reality and documentary TV, which is also stories, but like different types of stories, less fictional storytelling. If I'm gonna be in a fictional story, I just want to be in bed with my book. I don't know. It's just a personal preference, I guess. But I know that like that attitude, I feel like, could be very easily misconstrued as being like elitist or like there are no good stories in games, which I'm sure is untrue. It's just not my preferred method for interacting with them. History XXX, thank you very much for the brand new set. Appreciate it. There's like a stereotype, misconception, regular conception, I don't know. I have this unfair idea, which I will openly acknowledge is unfair, that video game stories are cheesy and corny and heavy-handed and goofy for being cheesy and corny and heavy-handed. Obviously that is not always true, and that is like not a fair thing to just judge and assume of every video game story, but every now and then whenever I do dip back into them, I kind of find them to feel that way, and I don't know, I have a hard time getting into them. But I don't want to make it seem like I think I'm too good for it, because I'm really not. I'm really not too good for it. Not so much the side quests, some of them made me slow down after I got what was happening. Better job forcing you to follow the story, voice acting cutscenes. They have a player base of 20 years of quest text skippers to convince. Once upon a time, I felt like the story skipper was the predominant position of the player base, and over time, maybe it's just the people that I end up surrounding myself with, but a lot more people that I know are now following and invested in the story, which has to be a good sign for the story. It's just that wasn't like the norm when I started playing in Wrath. I felt like there were people that liked the story and everybody was super, you know, foaming at the mouth over the Lich King, but the general average player wouldn't stop to read quest text. And I knew a lot of cutscene skippers. When I was a kid, I would play Arthur games, which were interactive stories. You clicked through. Yeah, late stream today. Kind of a funny time slot. My plan is 2 to 5 o'clock, so we are 53 minutes into a 3-hour stream. You had time to read quest text when you had thousands of tigers to kill to get green hills pages. Yeah. But people have been excited about it, so they must be doing something right. Let's see here. What is my rep anyway? If I'm going to be working on rep today, maybe I should know where we're vaguely starting from. We are 10 with Dornagal, 9.25 with Deeps, 6.25 with Hallowfall Arathi. That one's fallen fairly far behind for me. I haven't really been doing it. The problem is that I start my day on the surface, and then maybe I work my way down, and when I run out of time, I stop. So I do a lot of Isle of Dorn world quests. I do some Assembly of the Deeps world quests, and then I basically never make it to the bottom 2 zones. I need to start my day by porting to the bottom and working my way in the reverse direction just to, oh, 180 resonance crystals. No, I don't want it to get upgraded to blue. It was worth more to me as a green. Storm dust is much more valuable than gleaming shards. Addicted to cash. If anything, glad the main campaign is being complimented for once. Love the Anduin and Farron board game quest. Considering how many times I cried during the Isle of Dorn questing, not caring about the story is probably more emotionally safe. Found a new CE guild? Oh, nice! It's the only zone without easy access. I've heard people like to port to the bottom one and then fly up, which makes sense. Small candle, small price. Oh, thanks. Take candle. Here, take it back. And then there's still one more world quest. If I'm being thorough, we can go do this one. There's also more side quests we can do up here, but we should stick to our progress. We're on so late. Different. Well, different for me. Plus, streaming in the afternoon is probably the only guaranteed way for me to not fall asleep in the afternoon. I've been on a wacky kind of schedule lately, and I'm pretty sure I've taken an afternoon nap for the last, like, 6 or 5 days in a row. I cried at the Magni cutscene in the Ringing Deeps during launch. Thought I was just sleep deprived, but I cried again after rewatching it. Beldar spawning soon? Oh, sure, yeah, why not? Let's go, let's head down and see. Actually, we can take this shortcut. Let's head down and see if we can get into a group and, like, find it. Worth a go. Not that hard to get this mount. The best way to prepare is to have your fishing skill leveled all the way up to 300. And then to make sure you have a couple stacks of Whispering Stargazers ready to go so that you can get your Coelacanth buff in Notchkahet. Some Bloody Perch wouldn't hurt either, so that you can, for the sake of catching the dogfish, that can also be a tiny bit tricky, but the main thing would just be the Whispering Stargazers. Is that fish gigantic, or are you zoomed in? It's pretty large. It's a fairly large fish. It's a red model of the... I forget what they called it, but there was a trading post fish that had the same model. Oh yeah, there's all kinds of stuff for me to do out here. So if it's starting in 3 minutes, I guess we can do the pet battle. That won't take very long. Was it the Underlight Behemoth? I don't know. Must have been. Oh no, I need to make sure that I actually have Vigor ready for when Belladar comes up. Also, are we sure Belladar's going to be up for North America? Because last time somebody said it was coming up, I came to the zone, and then it turned out they were European. I do have an add-ons list. It's a Google Doc spreadsheet that shows you what I use. You certainly don't need all of them. But it has like a little description of what I use them for, as well as links. Timer says 3 minutes, Central NA. Okay. Alright, continue. I'm not sleepy. I'm cozy. I have a kitty cat in my lap. Hi, sweetheart. How you doing? Fishing 300 is wild, by the way. It's kind of a project. It does take a while to get there. It's pretty fun, though, and you can make some good gold from selling the fish. The way that I leveled the fishing was to fly around and fish out of pools. It will take you longer than just open water fishing in one spot, but you'll make a lot more gold from it. But yeah, I don't think when they put that in the game they were expecting anybody to want to do it in one day. That was just kind of the choice that I made. Okay, so it's spawning soon. I should probably get to like a central-ish area, if I can do so without using a ton of my vigor. And I should maybe look for a group that's gonna like look for it. Surprised they did 300 again, kind of cool. I wonder why. Doesn't really matter, but I don't know why. Hello? Any Belladar groups coming up that want to invite me? There's another one. Wow, this is so popular. Took so long only fishing the pools. Yeah. Alright. You know it's a good group when it's got a member called DJ Bootyquake. Okay, we're looking. It's already turned, we're looking. Have they found it? Sometimes I like checking to see if everybody's centralized somewhere. Pin in chat if you see, tag, don't kill. Okay. There's a... Somebody posted a pin, but like... I don't see the pin. Are people heading north? Oh, yeah, they are. Okay. Not pulled yet. Perfect. I'm not very far. Someone pulled. Good luck. Don't go in yet. 90%. Okay, I will probably make it. Yeah, I'll make it for sure. Alright. Good luck! I tagged it. Got the Lurker Mole mount in the second try today. Finally some luck. Congratulations! I think people farm this daily. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't really been doing it, but I think you can do it once a day. Someone says selling now to bid drops. I don't know why that feels icky. I got an adventure ring. I will not be purchasing it from anybody. Yeah, there we go. Daily per character? Okay. It'll drop eventually. If I keep farming it, you know. It's such a cool area. On the whole, there are definitely a couple of world quests that are more annoying than others, but generally speaking, I really like War Within world quests. I feel motivated to just do them for fun, even if I don't super... So don't mind me! Oh my goodness. There we go. You know, especially now when I want rep, I enjoy the prospect of like, oh, I'm gonna go do every world quest in this zone. This is gonna be really cool. Best way to level enchanting? I followed the profession leveling guides detailed on wowprofessions.com for both enchanting and alchemy. I deviated a little bit on enchanting and made a different one that I had the recipe for because I spent my knowledge a little differently, but that guide is a good starting point. Rabbit, thank you very much for giving us some gifts. Get my little bear stuck and stuff. Oh, okay. One regret I do kind of have with enchanting, I'm not sure if it's a regret, but basically there's a whole tree of the enchanting specialization for glamours. And those are cosmetic and you don't really need them, so it didn't really feel appealing to me to go into them. And that's one of the trees that they recommend for leveling. So I said, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to level some other way. And I did. But now all of these patron work orders are almost all for glamours. And because I didn't put any specialization points into them, I can barely make any of them. So far, I've only been missing out on acuity for it, but I think ultimately it could really bite me in the butt if it turns out that a bunch of my knowledge patron work orders are for glamours. I'm gonna need to spend a little bit of knowledge in that tree just to get the recipes for them so I can make the darn things for work orders. It's something that in the old system would never really have come up, but because acuity and knowledge is so heavily tied to these patron work orders, I feel like I actually do need those recipes. That is just random. Yeah, it's weird, right? Leveling profession seems super expensive. Haven't done it besides gathering. Yeah, it is pretty expensive. It's kind of an investment for sure. Get a lot of first crafts for little points in that tree. Yeah, that is a good idea, actually. I wonder if the knowledge would, like, almost refund itself in that way. Like, if you get a whole pack of glamours and you get a 1 knowledge point per first craft for each of them. I should next week, maybe. Or if I get the rest of my enchanting knowledge from disenchanting stuff, I'm gonna put it into the glamours, I guess, and try to get the packs of glamour recipes. I hadn't thought of it that way. I forgot about the first craft bonus. That's a good point. I still hate the talent tree system. Played a lot during Dragonflight. Still didn't fully max alchemy trees. Yeah, it takes some doing. This week aura is key for me for making sure that I am both on top of my one-time purchases. Right now, the ones that I have left are the ones that you would get for metal off the, or for acuity off the vendor. And then for tracking my weekly knowledge drops still to be had to make sure that I don't miss any. This is Mayu's knowledge point tracker. It's a week aura, and I fully recommend it. It's really good. I don't have a link for it. I mean, I'll grab a link for it right now, but I haven't made a command for it yet, even though I really should, because it's very, very good. But here, let me grab the Mayu's knowledge point tracker. there is the Wago link if you're looking for that. If you have just started your profession and you still have all the one-time treasures to get, it's going to have a huge list of them. And when you click on them in the week aura, it will pin a waypoint on your map showing you where that specific treasure is. It's awesome. Allow me to figure out the Dark Moon. Oh, I should do the Dark Moon Fair. I forgot about that. I should do it for knowledge. For knowledge points or skill up? Or knowledge points or skill up? I don't need skill ups anymore. I'm 100 in each of them, but maybe knowledge points actually. Three knowledge points, 3 skill points, 15 acuity. Yeah. Yeah, I should do it for the knowledge points. I wonder if I need to update it to get the Dark Moon Fair, because mine wasn't telling me about that. I don't know how to update week auras. I literally never do it. Whenever I feel like a week aura really needs updating, I just delete it and I find a new version. Is that all there is to it, or is there a way to force updates for the ones that you already have? Oh yeah, the rep buff. Oh, I don't want to get the rep buff. I don't like the Dark Moon Fair rep buff. I'm boycotting the Dark Moon Fair rep buff. I'll take the knowledge points, but I don't want the 10% rep. I did used to play with a keypad, but I switched back to a keyboard a couple of years ago, and I'm happy with the keyboard now. I'm not planning on going back to a keypad. Thank you very much for the anonymous gift. There's a Wago app that can do it. Interesting. I feel like I'm in kind of a weird gray area where I use weak auras, but I don't really use quite enough of them to justify getting a whole extra updater app. I mean, what am I worried about losing? My computer space? I don't know. It's like, it's kind of borderline for me. Yeah, I don't know if I want a whole application to run updates. I guess the alternative is to get them manually like I do anyway. By just undoing it and redoing it. Don't really understand weak auras. They're definitely, some of them are more involved than others. I don't make weak auras. It's one of those add-ons where the vast majority of the users aren't making things from scratch. They're importing things other people have made. Because it's more of a framework than anything else. CurseForge wouldn't have them. So CurseForge has the add-on weak auras, which is the framework for weak auras. But within the add-on, there's individual auras, or items that you would import into it that other people have made, that we're getting from... they're generally hosted as on Wago. You can import them with like import strings. So if one of the individual tools becomes out of date, just updating your weak auras framework wouldn't help with that. You would need to update the actual aura itself. I don't feel like I'm explaining this very well. I should do that dungeon quest. Oh, there's a Lynx riding. Is this cat riding like in Legion? Remember the Mana Saber races? Everybody but me hated those. Do I get to ride a kitty cat? Lynx enrichment. Enrichment. The Lynx get the zoomies. Oh my gosh. And misbehave, take one for a run before it maims someone. I can also pounce and frighten people. Oh, it's fun for the Lynx to frighten people. UI mods within a mod. That's exactly what it is, yeah. Hit the globs on the ground. Yeah, I did a terrible job of that. Oh. I didn't know that, UJ. And you're right, I often don't customize my weak auras. I mean, I'll like scooch them. Sometimes I'll be like, alright, why don't you go over here? And that's the extent of which I've customized my weak aura. Okay. Alright, globs on the ground. I need to run over globs on the ground. Do you want to see your friend? No? Hit the globs on the ground. Someone's just left an enormous pile of meat? This is a terrible way to feed wild animals. Do you ever change hairstyle on your gnome? No, never. Which is kind of ironic. I change my IRL hairstyle 1,000% more often than I change my gnome's hairstyle, when you'd think it would be the opposite since barbershops are free in-game and you don't have to, like, grow hair and stuff. Did I just shake my cat? I don't think that's right. Oh yeah, there we go. But yeah, some people find that all the things causes performance issues, like the freezing with the minimap icon. You may be able to change a setting that prevents that from happening. Like disabling the minimap icon might help. Okay. We gotta do this one. I haven't done this. Like I've done this once. I don't know how often you're meant to go out and do the torch lighting thing at the farm area. I feel like you can kind of do it indefinitely, but there must be some bonus for doing it once every X amount of time. I just don't know if it's like daily or weekly or what, really. Is it weekly? Okay. Well then that's good, because this is only week 2, right? We can do that today. That should get me lots of breath. Lots of breath. Let me just scooch in and see if I can support my forums here. With the birth of a new expansion, I've been feeling a little bit of the burn in my gaming muscles. I've been slacking. I've let them become weak and atrophied, and my hands and wrists and stuff are complaining whenever I play WoW for too long. I've only been, well, I guess I was editing today. I don't have the stamina that I used to. Much like the machine room thingy. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. These guys are kind of cute. I think the feeder troop is charming. I like that one a lot. I think that one's so fun. Oh, that actually worked. I did not think that would work. That's great. The key machine, thank you very much for the brand new set. Appreciate it. You did alter your priest package in Shadowlands quite a bit. Oh, that's right. Week work. That's right, yeah. How many plays have you done? 2? 2 seems true? I think I've done it twice. Oh. Some gray items that I haven't learned the Mog for yet. That's kind of fun. While working on the raid guides, what has your impression been of the new raid fights? Do they remind you of any of the previous raids? I would say that my impression is that the fights are very clear. They're not super confusing. And that's consistent with how they've been designing raid encounters through Dragonflight. I feel like basically after the end of Shadowlands, there was a fairly clear philosophy shift where instead of packing fights, especially later fights, with just tons of mechanics, they're kind of making a more concerted effort to deliver an interesting fight that has different things for different people to do without necessarily making it super convoluted or like wordy, but still having like some kind of an interesting and unique concept to it. And I feel like they've really nailed that again. So the mechanics that the bosses do feel very themed to who they are as characters. That's consistent with Dragonflight, but it's carried through very well here, and I'm excited to do the raids because I feel like they're learnable without a ton of... They're easy to learn, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're easy to kill. It just means that you're not going to spend quite as long in that uncomfortable phase where you're like, wait, I don't understand. I don't know what they want me to do. It's pretty clear to figure out what they want you to do. Done 3, got there on time. 1 because there was a quest to do, 1 once more because there was a weekly quest to do it apparently. Oh. Guess the dragons don't want to do any meddling. They're on vacation. they're taking the year off. Favorite boss so far that you tested? Favorite boss. Maybe Kaiveza, which is the guide I'm actually working on today. It's the one that's going to come out on Sunday. But usually when I'm actually raiding, my favorite fights are the ones in which my class does big throughput. So any fights that will turn out to be particularly well suited to either Holy or Shadow Priest, depending on what I end up playing, are probably going to be my favorite fights. Quite puzzled when you said the first boss doesn't have heroic mechanics. I mean, as far as I could tell, it didn't. I could be mistaken, but I really scraped the dungeon journal. It was different. The rest of them do. The rest of them have, at the very least, some upgrades to existing mechanics, if not brand new mechanics. But yeah, the first boss is really quite straightforward. Most nutty fight, exhilarating raid fight. In terms of healing, oh gosh, what was his name? Leda Mirdrasil. This guy, Smolderon. That was the sweatiest healing that I've had to do in the last year. That, by far. Especially on progression, when we only barely had the numbers to do it. There's just so much. Everybody's dying. And you're moving, and you're out of range, and you're doing the hokey pokey, and don't forget to get your meatballs. And there's just so much going on in that one. Heroic Smolderon progression was like, I had to look within myself. I had to step up. Hello, Kara Baker. How are you doing today? We're racing. Sometimes I forget to get on my mount before I start the race, and I'm like, wait, where did this dragon come from? Farak, is that you? Oops. Oh. Oh no. Doing good? Glad to hear. I want to start over. I don't know if I've done this one. Do you think if I walk away, they'll have pity and teleport me back to the start? Farak is for back. That was pathetic. Alright. Farak is... We're done with Farak. We're gonna ride something else. Get me on one of these newer ones. Something a little smaller. Alright. Paying attention? Although, if I'm really paying attention, how embarrassing it would be if we did the exact same mistake again. Oh, there's a lot of them. I do feel zoomed in kind of close. Oh, this one's a little pinchy. This one feels a little claustrophobic. Is there like a less intense version of claustrophobic? Claustra concerned? Claustra uneasy? Claustra not panicked but would very much like to leave now? There we go. I was looking for the stopwatch, I couldn't find it. Bad habit of running into the giant flowers and other pillars. Nice. Oh, well, look, 151 gold. Should we go do... There's a lot of treasures and stuff around here. Having all of these scribbles on handy notes makes me want to do the treasures, but I want to go do, I want to properly do Light's Call. Let's go do that. Hey, favorite voice pack lady. Hi, how you doing? Let's try to race so tricky. Love to see more of the 800 gold world quests. Whenever I do them, they make me feel bad about how much gold I spend leveling professions. I don't know why that is the case, but I'll get 800 gold, and then there's like a forlorn voice inside me that's like, you're just gonna spend it on like gold quality herbs anyway, because there's no other way you're gonna make a 3-star flask of tempered whatever. And it's like, who asked you? Where is this alchemy Eeyore coming from? Why are we bummed out about this? That's weird. Eliminate 2 rare creatures. Okay, so from what I recall, you want to light a ton of flames and they're going to give you a ton of extra side quests. And the best thing for me to do is probably to just do the rounds and activate the key flames first so that I have all of those side quests. Seems good. When are we getting our raid tactics videos? Well, if you take a look at my YouTube channel, they have been coming out all week, and the remaining ones will be published ahead of the raid release on September the 10th, with the one exception of the Onsuret guide, which will be late as usual. Is there such a thing as a normal inner monologue? Your inner monologue sounds weird. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they're not coming up in your search. That is concerning. They are definitely coming out though. It's possible that maybe YouTube indexes them better once people have started using them for the actual raid. Duckies, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Oh, I forgot how much I hate this quest. I think we're going up the hill. Off to bed. Good night. I don't actually... Oh yeah, we're here. Comment, like, and subscribe for more Hazelnutty content. It would be really unfortunate if taking a break from the news videos had done some damage to my standing in the algorithm that made it so people wouldn't find my raid guides. That would be a huge bummer, and I hope it doesn't happen. One of the perils of making a living online is that sometimes stuff like that can get you. When I saw my recommended crafted weapon was 50k in mats, I was like, nope. Any plans on updating the DBM voice pack? Eventually, yes. In the near future, probably not. Don't have any immediate plans. I'm usually quite late on stuff like that. Hypersurface, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. As far as I'm concerned, the voice pack is it's a nightmare I can't quite wake up from. I'll keep adding updates to it over time, but man, little did I know when I made it as like a Patreon reward however many years ago that that it was gonna live, it was gonna survive this long. I noticed in the comments of your first raid guide, people thought you'd quit YouTube completely. People happy we're still making content. Oh no! I thought I said specifically in the video where I talked about taking a pause from Saturday News that I wasn't quitting YouTube, but maybe I misspoke. Or maybe people didn't watch it all the way through. I definitely haven't been putting out as much stuff, that's true. No, you're totally fine. How's the War Within going? Thank you very much for the gift subs. War Within's fun so far. I like it a lot. History, thanks for the gift subs. The algorithm usually doesn't quite know what to do with raid guides before the raid comes out, because not that many people need them just yet, so they tend to get uploaded and then just kind of flounder for a while before people start searching for them. But, as always, there will be a playlist that I will have links handy to for if anybody wants to share them with their guilds or, you know, parents, whatever it may be. I think you just got a shoulder cosmetic. Oh yeah? I did get a shoulder cosmetic. Neat. I don't know how. I don't know how that happened. Decided to do things back in Shadowlands and Dragonblade for a bit. My guild has 11 raid teams. My goodness, that's so many. I watched them in real time after telling my guild I had read the encounters and knew what to do. Sometimes the timing doesn't work out. Oh man. Yeah, maybe they drop from enemies in the lamplighting thing. Speaking of which, I feel like I'm making a mess of the lamplighting thing. I'm not even sure if I've like lit all of the smaller ones. The key flames. I guess I ought to just go around and make sure we at least do the world quest part for activating the lesser key flames, and we'll pick up all these quests. And then we'll try to finish them. There's just a lot going on. They drop from crates, farm the set. Oh, nice. These underground areas don't feel very subterranean, even with the pillars in view. It's interesting. They've done a good job of having the actual, like, cavern ceiling be basically out of view, right? Like, it's almost like a sky, especially with the crystal over there. But even on this side, you could be forgiven for confusing it for clouds. It's so high that it really doesn't end up feeling subterranean, like you said, which I'm happy about. I think it's a little divisive, but I like it a lot. Never once felt like I was in a cave in the War Within. Yeah, I know a lot of people had concerns about us being, like, basically underground for the whole expansion. Myself among them. I'm not usually a big cave person. Best thing to put your points in alchemy. I mean, I can tell you what I did, but I don't even know if I'm doing it right. Usually you want to pick something and then specialize in that so you're good at making at least one thing if you're trying to make gold on the auction house. And then the other thing is, in alchemy, this left tree, the mastery tree, these skill points will apply to everything. So I probably should have done all 50 of these first. I decided to do flasks just because my buddy was doing potions and we didn't want to kind of cross cover. So this is what I've done. I've done flasks, and then I'm doing mastery over here, and eventually I'll go back and fill out the profession file thing, but that hasn't been that good for me. But I'm not like a super cracked gold maker. I just kind of do it for fun. I make lots of mistakes. Oh, there's potatoes. Why? I was gonna ask why there's potatoes, but that's a stupid question. I'm on a farm. Where did you think potatoes came from? Xflow21, thank you very much for the gift subs. Flabby friendship non-compete clause. You get knowledge points by leveling. You will get knowledge points for every first time craft you do, so as you level and get more recipes, and as you experiment and get more recipes, each time you make a new thing, your first craft will give you a knowledge point. This weak aura that we have here is awesome for tracking where your knowledge points are going to come from. It'll show you which one-time treasures you haven't looted yet, where they are. It'll tell you how much weekly knowledge you have left to get, and from what. It's very good. Marakaira, thank you very much for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. How much of a gold sink is it? I couldn't put a number on it. I don't know. I just keep spending and I hope that one day it pays off. I'm a never do the math kind of person. Which I know is not helpful, but I don't want to tell anybody numbers as though I know and then have them, you know, bank their hard-earned gold on those numbers. and then have it be on me. Math is boring. Surprises are fun. I do have some unearned confidence that eventually I will start making gold, just because I made a lot of gold in Dragonflight. Oh yeah, I was gonna loot that. So I just kind of believe that it's gonna work out, but I don't know exactly how yet. Have I picked up all the side quests that I'm meant to do? I don't know. Maybe. We lit a bunch of flames. That seems good. You return the control gear. I'm just gonna kill things with orange. With, like, the quest marker on it. On the new raid, which boss do you think will be the most complicated? Probably the last one. That's usually the case. The final boss usually has the most mechanics, closely followed by the penultimate boss. Silken Court's kind of cool. There's a pair of them, and you need to use their mechanics against each other, kind of... What was that fight? Council of Dreams style? Yeah, Council of Dreams style. You need to use their mechanics against each other. There's, like, players that will get connected via webs, and you need to trip the charging boss with the webs. That's kind of neat. The problem with doing all of these, like, dailies or weeklies or whatever it is that... Head empty, no thoughts. Hazel 404. No idea what I was going to say. There was a problem, but it must not be that important because I forgot what it was. Oh well. You get a lot of these lump waxes around this farm area. If I was looking for them to try to get wax for the sake of like flight stones or something, I think I would probably come here. They seem very dense relative to other areas. It feels good to be a Shadow Priest again. I still don't know what I'm going to end up primarily doing for dungeons. I'm going to have to set up both. Looking for wax yesterday for the weekly. There's a wax weekly? Do I have the wax weekly? Did I do the wax weekly? I'm still trying to come to grips with there's probably like a week or an add-on I could get that helps me track all of my weeklies that I need to do. But I don't know. I feel a little out of sorts with it. Have I done this one? I actually like the herb farm as well. It's kind of neat. There's a bunch of dirt piles for you to plant your seeds in. And you are able to... Oh yeah, there is another daily. Dirt piles for seeds, and you can loot someone else's seed that they've planted. You don't get a very long window to do it, but you can loot it. So if you're just wanting to herb and hang out in one spot, you can pretty easily just like noodle around there and basically piggyback off of other seeds that people have planted. Kobold and the Ringing Beast wanted me to find 10 because there's 1k rep in a cache. I must have done it, because we were right there. We were in Gunderkins. Enjoy that delves give you mats for all professions. That's kind of nice. I'm not sure if I knew that. So many weeklies I tend to lose track as well. There are quite a few of them, aren't there? I think eventually not all of them will be strictly necessary for you, depending on what kind of upgrades you're pursuing for your character and where you want to get them from. Especially once the reputations are finished. Because a lot of the reward is rep, but like you get a bunch of stuff from them. Because what is there? There's the Awakening the Machine, there's the theater thing, there's this, there's your Severed Threads Pact, so that's one for each zone. There's apparently the Wax Weekly, there's the Overall Weekly that wants you to pick between a variety of different activities. Oh, persimmons. Isn't helping save the planet Rathian's job? I wonder if they'll bring him back. You can search for raid groups in the raid finder for people get together, plant all their seeds. Oh. I don't know how I feel about collaborative herbalism, just because I like to go, because I'm selfish, and I like to go pick herbs when I want to ignore the world and talk to nobody. And if I feel like I'm not getting as many as the people that are like working together with the power of friendship and stuff, I'm gonna be all bitter and stuff. Collaborative herbalism. Do 1 weekly, get 1 cache. Do 20 weeklies, get an amount of differently sized caches. First 2 will have extra stuff, next 4 other extra stuff, and then the next more complicated than I thought. I wonder if they're trying to build it in a way where you're not expected to do all of the weeklies, but that you can kind of pick and choose the ones that are fun for you and get the best stuff from whichever ones you do. But it just makes me feel like I should be doing all of them. I guess it's because I don't fully understand yet how it all comes together. I think I've done 2/3 of like 5 quests here. Once you start to raid, you probably don't need to do them all. Yeah. Yeah, I think eventually it'll kind of get a bit simpler, but I still don't have a good grip, or grasp for that matter, on every different thing that you can get from all these weeklies. And I know there's recipes and stuff that drop from them. So until I have all of my crafting recipes, I'm gonna be out here for a while. Live Vampy, thank you very much for the 3-month resub. Appreciate it. Also, Urk the Paladin, giving us some gifts. Thank you, thank you. Delve keys is probably the only thing once you get raid gear. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna take me a while to finish rep, because rep goes all the way to 25. I'm not really moving through rep in a hurry here. Deviant Allure, thank you very much for the gift. Yeah, if you mouse over an uncollected recipe in your journal, so like if I go here and then I go down to the uncollected ones, it'll tell you, if you mouse over unlearned, it'll tell you where you can learn it from. So if it is from experimenting, it'll say so, but otherwise it'll tell you if it's like a specialization or a vendor or whatever have you. The only reason I was looking for wax was so I could continue the story. Kind of weird that you don't get enough rep while campaigning to continue the campaign. That is a bit strange. Only in Ringing Deeps. Are you still leveling, or are you doing this at 80? Because the other thing that really helps with Ringing Deeps rep is Awakening the Machine. If you can get through all the waves of that, that gives you a lot. Afternoon stream. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Andy Karma. Pardon me. I'm ad-libbing the karma onto it. At 80, did the campaign till Ejka hit. Most overleveled, the mobs overleveled you and I got scared. Okay. Awakening the Machine gives a lot of rep with the Assembly of the Deeps. At least when I did my weekly this week, I got what felt like a lot of rep from it. I don't fully understand the World Soul thing yet. We did it once, and I was wildly underwhelmed. Any idea where I can obtain a Philosopher's Stone? If you don't want to use a spark and have someone craft you the Kaz-Algar version, which I totally understand because it's expensive and needs a spark, you can go back to either vanilla alchemy or Missa Pandaria alchemy, and in both of those you are able to cheaply craft that expansion's Philosopher's Stone that will let you transmute. This is advice that I have not taken for myself yet. I should. I am also Philosopher's Stoneless, and I have yet to go back to an old expansion to get one, because I'm being stubborn about it, but that is the correct response right now. Yeah, the Pandaria one, it's easier. Yeah. People are saying that one's good. I'm just, like, really weirdly bitter about not wanting to have to do old expat content. And I mean, yeah, technically you wouldn't if you made the new one, but like, I don't want to make the new one. So I'm being stubborn. Add on behind my camera. Oh! That is my weak aura that is showing me my knowledge points. I'm able to expand it to show more details about it. That's the weak aura there. What am I doing? Bug broiler. Jump. I think perhaps I'm working on the wrong quest. I get so many quests that I feel like I don't know what I'm doing with any of them. I don't even know to what end I jumped on this robot. I definitely picked up a daily for it, but which one? I don't know. What does she want me to do? I don't remember. Jade Forest in both factions. I'll probably get to doing that at some point. Greetings. Greetings, Day. How are you doing today? How are you doing today? Terrible. Awful. Jail. Addie Can't Dance, thanks for the gift sub. Appreciate it. Just finished work. Nice. I am adorable and really lost. I'm really confused. I'm gonna wow at this and see if I can figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. Is that the first time you stumbled into that joke? I think it might be the first time I noticed it. No comments there. Maybe this one. Any comments? No. Harvest Havoc. Control him to load cabbages and carrots into carts. Okay. A little alliteration action. So it is this way. Gotcha. Thanks for the pet. Enjoy the YouTube. Thank you for your videos. Aw, cheers. Yeah, I get very confused during the lamp lighting things because you have so many quest objectives that are in all directions. It seems like I just end up pinging from thing to thing. Jump to make the mites come out and then throw flames at them. Okay. I did that in the wrong order. Come back here. I'm gonna get ya. I'm trying to jump. Jumping's not doing me any good. Oh, that jump. Okay, I was pressing my spacebar. That was wrong. Excuse me. No, that's a word. In the plants. Oh. Oh yeah, I guess that would be a worm. How do I get the worms? Are you okay? Oh, I found a cabbage. Oh, that's a different quest. Okay. So, are they pushing invisible cars? I'm having a moment. What do you mean? What cart? You are a little robot. You do not have a cart. There is no cart. You're called a cart pusher. You're pushing nothing, and yet that still somehow worked. I'm fuming. Make it make sense. The other robot has a cart. I see. All of that, all those hours of maintenance, and this guy's still out here miming. Okay, well, we've done the cabbages. Oh, hey. Let's go look for carrots. My main consolation is that I am adorable. Also, incidentally, that was the model of the last supportive streamer pet. Okay, alright. Oh yeah, that is much faster. What else did they want me to do? Nothing? Oh no, mites. Well, I'm busy right now. Can you leave me alone? We're trying to broil some bugs. And it's not really going very well. Oh hey, I found some bugs broiled. Here we go. I guess I'm just gonna ignore this guy. Yeah, you got a lot of like competing quest objectives. They make a really satisfying sound when they burn. That's a bit messed up, isn't it? Not of the game, just of me to feel that way. Look at that cart. Yeah, alright. Okay, we did the thing that they wanted me to do there. That's one job done. What was all of that for? Harvest Havoc. Supply Satchel. So these just have crystals in them. We get some Hallowfall Arathi rep. Do you need to do all of these quests? It feels weird to not do all of the quests. Also, some of them are bonus objectives and some of them are daily quests. There's just so much going on. Main goals to correct. There's a cataloger's quest with a flying carpet. I just got the hardest glare from the kid for singing this song. Aww. Life has no judge as harsh as children. I know. Thank you very much for the 13 month please. Glad to have you here. Worms. Worms. Oh. Oh my gosh, my bags are getting absolutely decimated. Oh, it's a big worm. Can you upgrade your climbing? My virtual squeezers felt very weak. I have not found any place to upgrade your your War Within climbing capabilities, but I seem to have all of the same benefits that I unlocked in Dragonflight from Dragon's Gale Expedition. I would say if you never did those, then maybe look into it. Even though it's old content. But like, I'm not sure. Never did those. Do you have options to do things like activate a helping hand from an elemental or get like a second chance if you fall off the wall? Because if you don't, then it's possible that it's not giving you those benefits. If you can do those, then maybe that's just what it is what it is. Sometimes it does take me 2 tries on the wall to get all of the objectives with my virtual squeezers. Maybe I just suck at climbing. One thing that you can do is you can climb very quickly. You don't need to like wait for your character to finish landing. You can just kind of like click your way up the wall as long as you're clicking nodes that it considers to be adjacent to the last one that you clicked. If that makes any sense. And then avoiding the ones that are like drippy, if at all possible, will help give you a little bit of extra grip. But yeah, sometimes it just takes me a second try. More worms. Worms! There's a worm. Well, there's worm ads that you fight in the Brute Twister Obenex fight. You gotta interrupt them. And you gotta kill them before the blood gets to them. And it was a good excuse for me to say worms. I don't know why I like doing that. It's just fun. I don't even know if it's a reference to anything. I think it's just fun. Always takes me at least 2 tries. Don't feel bad. What did they want? They want 1. I've literally done 59 of 60 fungal enemies. That's awful. Have you ever played Worms? I think I may have. I think I had like a pack of PC games when I was a kid that included like Frogger, Worms, and then one other thing that was kind of in that era of PC games. Yeehaw, Matt, thank you for the raid. The scream that the worms do in Worms is burned into my brain, similar to the Fungarians. Oh. I need 1 more gyro optic spring. Okay. But I don't remember if it was called Worms. I think it must have been. The worms were a fundamental part of the game. Did you guys like book? I had a bookmark from the library that had a picture of a bookworm on it. How are you enjoying the game? I like it very much. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm having a very chill day today with it. Look at all these satchels. Oh. I got some Warbound until equipped and some BOE blues, which I'm quite happy about. Those will be useful for alts if I ever if I ever level any, I'll need those. What is this one? Frog? Frog-kissed caviar? I think I'm not really getting any more... I'm not really getting any more rep, though. So maybe you don't need to do all of it. Frog-kissed caviar. Collect 8 dark root persimmons, 30 frog-kissed caviar, and 1 ethereal sugar. Yeah, they don't really say a whole lot about it. They're just like, yeah. I have not been streaming for 7 hours. No, I've been live for 1 hour and 50. I bumped today's stream time slot back to the afternoon to avoid maintenance. Still haven't had a chance to do the rest of the campaign. Hoping to do that after the stream. Is it long? Depends on where you stopped. If you stopped at 4 out of 5, then I wouldn't say the last part is terribly long, but if you are not at 4 out of 5 yet, then you might be busy for a little bit. I guess the people eat worse things. I just want to know that if a frog encounters caviar and it just kisses it and doesn't eat it, does that speak poorly to the quality of the caviar? Like, you know, don't you think the frog would be hungry? It's everyone's favorite cooking fire toy. I like using the ever-abundant hearth. I don't think that's a weird question at all. I like this one because it was really annoying to get in BFA. No, Shadowlands. It was annoying to get in Shadowlands. It was in Bastion. And it's like a little oven and it's got a little... I mean, honestly, it looks like a pile of sand with an orange wedge on top, but like... it's cute. Plus, it's bigger than me. At night? Easy. Ragnaros is a cooking fire. Pierre is a cooking fire. I will often use Pierre for my pet journal. But if I'm gonna use a toy, I like that one. I did get another 150 for... I guess that frog rare might have been like a real rare, so to speak. Uh-oh. Oh dear. I thought I was leaving. I was wrong. He is big. He's kind of surrounded by a bunch of stuff. I'm a little concerned for my future. I think we're doing okay though. Oh, that's a transmog. Can I inspect it? Are you guys like real stoked for Drakthir as warriors, priests, mages, rogues, warlocks, and the other one? The six hunters. Hunters is the last one. And if so, what do you make? 200? Okay. We do want the 200 resonance crystals. We need resonance crystals. They're important. Gotta figure out what class I want to make. Might do priest, Drakthir warlock. Thinking major priest. I thought that warrior would be really popular. I thought a lot of people would want to make a Drakthir prot warrior so you could tank on them. Druid is not on the list. No, no druids, no shamans, no demon hunters. No monk. Priest, warlock, mage, hunter, shaman, rogue. The 6 like kind of core classes. I really wanted to believe in Druid. Yeah, no Shaman, no Death Knight. So yeah, a lot of the tank classes are actually missing, Warrior being the main tank class that's included. Guildies are excited for Drakthir Priests to finally have more interrupts. Oh, true, actually. Hi, kitty, are you getting up? Or are you just oozing? I know it's warm in here. It's like hot and muggy today. I kind of figured that September would take over and then it would be fall and then it would be like chilly and fall weather right away because we had a little stretch of chilly fall weather in August. So I just kind of thought that it was time, but... Is there any purpose to me doing this quest? Oh yeah, he's gonna give me 200 reputation. Contaminated goo washed away. Oh. Summer Plus Extended Edition. You really don't want to make more Druid form models? A lot of variants would have to be done. Yeah, Druids seem like a class that does not often get new races, and when they do get new races, it's kind of a big deal. For the longest time, it was just Night Elves or Tauren. It wasn't until Kata that they added trolls. I'm okay with a little bit more summer. I don't know if I summered hard enough. Gotta get outside a little bit more. I want to get enough rep. I must have done. Yeah, okay, good, we can do it. I was gonna say, I want to make sure I get enough rep today to get that new piece of veteran armor, because that'll help my item level out. I know I'm not gonna play that much this weekend. And I don't know how much I'm gonna play my week off. So I wanted to make sure I had at least a little bit of extra item level going into it so I can participate in some dungeons. If you get good weather for your trip, much outdoors. Yeah, it'd be nice to have some nice outside time. I've been getting like maybe a walk in a day during the daylight hours and not the middle of the night recently. Maybe. It's starting to wear me down a little bit. Is that a mushroom shirt? Yeah, I got some mushrooms on it. It's a white shirt, and I've discovered that I'm not careful enough to wear white shirts. I get little drips of like coffee or makeup or I'm too messy. Can't do it. Oh, it's hard because I want to love and deserve to wear nice clothes, but I don't keep them very clean. The upside is that after a while you get decently good at laundry. You make sure you got a good stain remover on hand. Most things will come back out. Most of them. Have fun? Yeah. I'm really excited. I think the last time I took a week off was like kind of March or February maybe. So not like entirely 6 months ago, but it's been a little bit. I'm only doing 5 days instead of like a whole like 7 to 9 because I may want to do more time around Christmas. I'm not sure. There are nice non-white shirts as well. This is true. I don't let myself buy super light colored hoodies, even though I love them and I think they're beautiful. I don't let myself buy them because I'm just gonna stain it and I'm just setting myself up for regret. It's just not, it just doesn't make sense. I used to think that one day I would reach a certain age and then I would just stop spilling things. And it's possible that like, as I get older, that maybe I become more self-aware and mindful. Unlikely to become demure. That, and then I'm just like more careful as I get older, but it hasn't happened yet and we're about to turn 32. Opposite is true. Oh. Oh no. In my 50s, I drip on myself more than ever. Good luck. Uh-oh. I was kind of hoping it might get better. You have to catch the wax, and ever since, I plop down run speed before looting one. You have to catch the wax? That is news to me. I've been doing it wrong. I'm just gonna turn in the ones that I've done. I don't really know what else is going on over here. I guess we're missing a couple of potatoes. There is one you have to catch. Oh, there's a bunch of different ways. I wonder if some of them I'm like missing then, because I'm just expecting it to be a mob. Oh, I would love to get a Dauntless Imperial Lynx. I want a kitty cat now. But yeah, good reputation. Yeah, some of these do give me 200 rep, and then I feel like some of them... No, they're all gonna do it, aren't they? Yeah, okay, I should do it for the rep. Where'd the taters go? It must be rarity tracking the Dauntless Imperial Lynx. I believe that's the only add-on that it could be. Feels true. Love Sphinx cats. I've given up on light color. Oh, you have Sphinx cats given up on light colored clothing. What do the Sphinx cats do? I've never had one, but I know where some live because I'm nosy and I see them in the windows. And whenever I walk by that place, I always look for the naked kitties because I love them. You know they're going to be in the window if the sun's hitting the window. And because I guess it's a warm spot and they like being toasty, but like, I love them. They look crazy. Quick sub day. Yeah, I can check for you. I don't think it's going to be too dramatic. I think we're kind of leveling out. We are at 3,844 subs. We're looking... Why don't I see on my map where the... The dailies versus the world quests versus the bonus objectives I find very confusing out here. I think maybe after another month of doing this I'll understand better. But right now it's... seems like a lot. So close to 4K. 100 more than last time I heard. Good number. You delve with another player, whose brand is out? Did the other player's brand still get XP? That's a great question. I have done a delve with another player, and I don't know which brand it was. I think we both had brands. I think there might have been 2 brands running around. Oh yeah. Kitty's like repositioning, and her weight was in her front paws, and they were kind of like moving on my quad, and it was like helping roll it out. I should probably put in some work with the foam roller. That felt really good. Were they doing the double Spider-Man meme? I wish they had. That'd be funny. What if it doesn't finish? 2 brands better than 1. One thing that I completely forgot happens when you stream in the afternoon instead of the morning is this room, especially if it's like summertime, gets really warm. It really starts to heat up. I think it must be just like the sun on the side of the building or something. But I forgot. I think that was one of the reasons why I originally swapped to streaming mornings, was because even in the summertime when it got hot, I could still like finish the stream before the room actually got untenable. Don't worry, winter is coming. Does it get really warm in the morning? Idlebeam, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. We'll get all bundled up for the winter. Plus, if I don't cut my hair, I'll have a halo of curly mullet to keep me warm. there may or may not end up being an in-between stage where I just start either wearing a lot of hats or just embracing the wild horse look. I remember when I was a kid, I used to have these like plastic stretchy headbands that had teeth in them that would point back that you could use to like pull your hair out of your face and also keep it like kind of combed down. And I was like, that would help, but also they used to hurt. Those things used to really like stab you in the scalp. I don't know if I actually want to look for one again. Maybe I'm better off with like a regular headband one day if it really starts bothering me again. Here we go. So our rep now up to 7. Yeah, we've got half a rep level. We've done about 1,000 rep. Not just here, I think the world quest as well, but it's pretty good. There's just so many things. We'll do the potatoes and then I think we were allowed to get out of here. If I could find the potatoes. I don't remember which field I left them in. There's something about lighting torches. That's not a torch, is it? See people wearing those still? The younger whippersnappers. There are bands without the teeth too. Yeah. True. I guess I could always give up on finding potatoes and just move on with my life. Package deal with the baggy jeans and the plateau shoes. I mean, I'd wear that. That sounds like fun. Oh, there's another one. Although I think if you put me in plateau shoes, I was looking at some actually just because I was browsing shoes in general. And I'm like, huh, platform sneakers? Are these back? Oh, they wanted me to catch the wax. Oh, I see what you mean. I thought it was gonna like run away. That makes much more sense. Gotcha, okay. Yeah, let's go buy the new chest piece. Should be in Merildar. Whirlwind Bits, thank you for the 22-month resub. Peer in the torches. I just like forgot how to light torches, or maybe my torch went out or something. I don't know. We've done enough. That's my biggest complaint with that event, is I feel like it's hard for me to figure out when I'm done. And maybe that's just because I keep quitting before I'm done, but like, there's a lot to do. It's kind of unclear how much of it is important. We did open a bunch of supply satchels, so we had a couple of chances at the links, I think. Anything in here? What do you want? That's a quest. I should do that eventually, but not right now. Oh yeah, I got a radiant cache. Too young to remember the 80s, but from what I can tell, their style is back and with gusto. Be complicated with super curly hair, though. Mm-hmm. I want the rep vendor. I think she's like in here, maybe? Hello? No. Wow, that's a lot of quests. Oh man, there's so much. I'm so behind on rep. There's so many quests that are just sitting here being like, you could get 500 reputation. I'm like, I don't want to do the Dawnbreaker. This is a sick book though. I don't think I've looked at this set piece. This is so cool. Imagine if they made a huge version of this for BlizzCon. That would be an incredible set piece for people to like take pictures with and stuff. It's amazing. Like, I'm impressed in its digital. Also, I'm pretty sure I'm not in the right spot for the rep reward. The regular sized book for other races. No. Don't they mark it on your map or something? I thought they used to. It wasn't you. We checked in with you. Oh, is it over here in the tent? That sounds true. What do you want? No. Hello? Are you guys hiding any more people in here? The airship was gnome-sized. a bit lost. Shadari, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Dawnbreaker with pugs. Oh man. She's at the fountain downstairs. Oh. Okay. I got some mana stones. Oh, I have tons of resonance crystals now. Earlier I had barely enough to afford this. I'll take it. I'm pretty sure that I've checked that enchanting recipe before and decided that it was not worthwhile. But let's put this on. Enjoying maining Prot Warrior again. Feels great, even outside of dungeons. Nice. Does the NPC move? I don't know. I could have sworn she was at the tent also, but I guess not. Maybe she does. Well, I'm happy with that. Should we do severed threads? I'm gonna just untrack these. Let's go down to Ashkahet and see what's going on down there. See if we can maybe get a little bit lucky. So does she move based on quest progress, or does she just get like bored and go for walks? Because that would be, you know, realistic and immersive, but kind of annoying if she just leaves. I was after a quest, gotcha. I allied with the Weaver last time, and I think I'll probably continue to do that. It seemed fine. I read through the Wowhead guide on the Severed Threads pacts and decided that I couldn't figure out what I was supposed to do, so I could pick any of them, and therefore would do so. Like an SDV character. Ah, the magic of SDV though is you play it long enough, and eventually you're like, ah yes, it's Tuesday. She has exercise class on Tuesday. Just straight up stalking all the villagers. So, we're going to the Weaver's lair. Does that happen for you? People... I know a lot of the SDV schedule. I don't know it perfectly. I do still have to look people up sometimes to figure out where they've gone, but... Tuesday, let's check the wiki. Yeah, that's smart. Some of them are easier than others. A lot of them that like drink at the bar every night, you just catch them at the bar. To be over here. This is a really cool area that I feel like I have not plumbed the depths of yet. Like I haven't really come to grips with what's going on over here. Choose a Severed Threads pack. What kind of stuff do you sell again? Oh yeah, she has the recipe for the Alchemist Stone. Among other things. There's some really cute little pets. I kind of love Jump Jump. The fact that his little front pincers, spinnerets, are just kind of like doing this action is killing me. Let's do the Weaver again. May as well. Yeah, it does get Arachnophobia moded, I'm pretty sure. I think it gets turned into a different little cute thing. Working through those side quests, excited to see more. I'm glad that they let you like review the the explainer screen. So now I think we're just doing stuff generally. I guess maybe if we go over the city, we'll see more of like the rumors, but I think the rumors are all over the zone. I don't think it's just the city. Evening, Hazel and chat. Good evening, Mrs. Rocky. I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. That's where we're at. Thought I'd miss you today. Had to go out of town. Or on late today. Game was down this morning anyways. But we'll be back to mornings tomorrow and Saturday. And then I'm going to be gone for a few days. Had a Lush World quest to water sheep in Dornigal. I did that earlier in the stream. I love it very much. Those moss sheep are the MVP of the expansion for me so far. They're so sweet. If they're thirsty, I just want to water them. So sad you cannot tame them as a hunter. Criminal. I'm protesting. Yeah, so that did count. That's good. Plus we got a little bit of reputation. So, another one over here. I really thought I was going to keep my arachnophobe mode on more, but I like my new mount, and I want to see the actual version of it. Oh, hang on. Hang on. I saw a pet I haven't tamed yet. Hold up. We need to get a troglodyte. Very important. Wee woo wee woo. Alert. Troglodyte. Oh no, I actually have collected it already. Have I got a blue quality winged arachnoid? I have. Alright, well never mind. A what now? A troglodyte. I play on Lightbringer. North America. Wicked. Are the Ramoliths tameable? They're not quite as cute as the sheepies, but they're in the same kind of ballpark. You know what's good now that it's in season? Corn. More corn! That reminds me, I actually bought some. I have 2 cobs of corn in my vegetable drawer, waiting for me to remember that they exist so that I can boil them and eat them. I keep forgetting. I'm the queen of buying groceries and then never looking at my cupboards ever again. The rams are. I have 2. Nice. Buy them in the husks. You can just microwave them. I do buy them in the husks. I don't have a microwave though. I usually just husk them and boil them. They come out good. Okay, so that's up to 40%. Gas or electric stoves. In the area, there are both. People will have either or. Generally, most people have electric stoves that I know, but like a nice fancy place will have gas. I actually prefer cooking on electric. I grew up with it and it just feels a bit safer for me. So I'm an electric stove kind of person. Way too lazy with my cooking to not have a microwave. My last place did have a gas stove though. And also the oven was gas, and I actually just didn't use it because I didn't really fully understand how, and I was too afraid to figure it out. I knew I wasn't going to stay there long term anyway, so I just didn't cook anything in the oven for the 8 months that I lived there. I got a little toaster oven and I would cook things in that instead. Adult solutions to adult problems. Jen, it's Twitch, thank you very much for the brand new Prime stuff. Appreciate it. I don't know if there was like a pilot light out or what, but like the one time that I turned on the oven to try to bake cookies, the oven did not get hot but smelled very strongly of gas, and then I went, oh no, and then I ventilated it out and never used the oven ever again. That was my solution. I'm not really seeing any. Oh, there's one. Rumors. Strong memories of cookies tasting funky from gas oven. Oh, thanks for the gift subs. No cookies. You can make them in a toaster oven. I have made cookies. I do have a donut in my kitchen that I was not sure if I wanted, but I'm kind of thinking about it because I'm kind of starving. I should not have skipped lunch. We'll figure out food. What is it that they want me to do? Oh no, not this quest. No, I don't like this one. Oh, it's gonna give me cash though. I need cash. Okay. Let me look it up. Let me get all the tips. Sabotage. Venomancers. I've literally done this before, but I need a refresher anyway. Oh no. Oh, it was part of the quest line. That's right. Cash money. Go put that donut out of its misery. I don't think it would feel very good. I think it would be a mistake. I think it would give me a headache. They usually do. Now I'm hungry. Didn't go grocery shopping. 1 a.m. here. Is that the moment where you like make a list so that you can do it in the morning? Or you scrounge the cupboards to find out if you can make any unorthodox snacks? Oh no, they just want me to click on these things. Okay, I was confused. I thought it was something different. I can do that. Past midnight, just ate half a baby honeydew melon. Nice. Yeah, we'll figure something out for dinner. The trick is to sate the starving beast that is me when I'm hungry without eating so much that I go into a food coma, because I do have some more raid guide stuff to do tonight before bedtime. And we don't want to stay up crazy late because we are streaming in the morning, and also we're going early in the morning to do some more yoga. Because we must stretch. You don't want to triple deck. I mean, I would. Absolutely would. The hangries were the real reason behind axing afternoons. How are you liking yoga? It's incredible. It's amazing. My biggest regret is not starting sooner. It's so good. It's also awful and painful and difficult and sweaty and inconvenient and takes a lot of my time. But it's been helping heal my body in ways that nothing in the first 30 years of my life has even come close to. And a lot of the strength that you're building and the flexibility that you're working on is like directly counteracting both my bad posture and also all of my weak muscles and tight muscles from sitting and from being on screens all the time. A lot of that is being very directly counteracted by the asanas that we're working through. Whoa. Have you always been a morning person? No, and I'm not a morning person now. I'm really not. I am the black sheep of my family that doesn't get up at the crack of dawn to do things, except that now I do. I'm just not happy about it. I am not a morning person. I'm just getting up early anyways because it's the most convenient time for me to go do it. That or Tai Chi. I think that there's a lot of really good options. It definitely doesn't have to be yoga. That's just what's been working for me. There's a lot of good ways to achieve a lot of the same goals. But I will say that the one thing that made a real difference, because I'm kind of queen of self-improvement projects. I start a million of them and then I do them all for a day and then I forget about them forever. So the big thing that's made a difference this time around for me, and the reason I've been able to stick with it for a couple months so far, has been going to a studio and working with actual teachers and signing up for something and having a place that I go where they expect to see me a couple times a week. Because otherwise I would not have had the consistency. I'm not a naturally very consistent person. I have a tendency to flake out of stuff very early, and I need that social pressure to get me to stick with anything. And if I had tried to just like follow some YouTube videos and get started, a lot of people have a great success with that. I would have quit after 2 days. I would have done 2 10-minute yoga videos and I would have been done forever. So having the actual studio has been like a huge game changer. I need 2 more Venomancy flasks. Durian, thank you very much for the gift subs. Accountability makes a huge, huge difference. Also, having teachers there to help adjust and correct and give tips and pointers as you're doing it to make sure that you're doing it correctly is a surprisingly big deal, even with the beginner stuff. I kind of figured that I could like watch a video and get the gist of most of them, and you can still get some valid stretches from that, but they have me doing things that I would not have thought of on my own. And it's not only a more complete workout, but it's also a lot safer because they're going to make sure you're doing things in ways that aren't stressing your joints unduly, or like, you know, making sure the rotation is coming from the right muscle or joint or whatever it is and not the wrong one. I am live, yes. I never air reruns. You can watch VODs, but you gotta press the VOD button for them. Thought you were a very morning person. Never get to catch your streams as a night owl. My normal stream start time is 9 a.m. for me, because I'm West Coast. So it's not that early. Nice. We get our 50 cash. Spoiling us, Aussies. A little afternoon stream here and there doesn't hurt anybody. Yeah, I want to finish this. I want to get the bounty to find out if I got a recipe or not. Oh, what do you want me to do? I think I would have better luck learning how the zones and their different activities worked if I just picked one zone at a time. I feel lost in Hallowfall and Oshkosh because I don't come down here very much, so I'm always a bit panicking on trying to figure out what's going on. So do they want me to... They want me to slay Balaxar the bully. Balaxar. That's a weave rat cache, that's different. Where is the bully? Is he down here? Oh. Uh-oh. I broke it. Fished up my rock buddy. Nice. I have not had the heart to vendor mine. I really haven't. I've been carrying it around with me. That put us to 60%, and that was much faster than the last one. Happy with that. We do want to do this world quest. The world quest seemed to give 20%. I really thought the city was going to be more sneaking a la Suramar, and I'm glad it's not. I'm glad that you can, for the most part, just kind of like fly around and get stuff done. It makes me feel much better. Oh, there's an innkeeper over here. Too impatient. I feel like if they want me to stealth through an area, they need to put it in an instance, like a delve or a scenario or something, where I'm expecting to not be able to mount up and go over it, because I'll just be frustrated if they force me into it. What do you want? Oh, you're so cute. When Illyria shot that arrow, we could just say we don't know her. This way? But there's a recipe that, I think it's an enchant recipe, that's like really important. Very valuable. that can drop from this, and I really want it to drop for me so I don't have to buy it. Is Halatot single, and do I have a chance? She might have some anger management issues to work through that maybe she'd be better off addressing before she enters into any kind of a committed relationship. I still need to work on my professions. Ah! There's lots of time. Need to take another week off. Do you feel rejuvenated? Refreshed? The sufficiently rested glow. Very happy did a staycation. Nice. Professions stress me out. Do not understand it fully. There's a lot of detail to them. I've been really enjoying them, but I am lucky that I did a bunch of it in Dragonflight, so there weren't that many changes in the system to learn. It was a lot of building on top of the knowledge that I built in Dragonflight. There are definitely some new things. Every now and then, I need to do your nails. My kitty's sleeping in my tummy, and every now and then she takes her paw that's under her chin and she goes, "Mwah," and it's going like right into my belly button. I think she's dreaming. I always have the itch to travel, so if I'm off for more than 4 to 5 days, I feel I should go somewhere. Could not be bothered. Bit of an experiment. Successful one. Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't know if my excuse is my pets, but even if I have time off, I will very rarely go anywhere for more than like a day. Maybe one night away, but not since I have a dog. This night away that I'm going to do in this next week is going to be the first one away from Moose. It's going to be my first night away from Moose since I got Moose. My pup. I'm gonna miss my baby boy. Ever do a fishing camping trip? Maybe one day, but I'm not great at logistics and planning stuff like that. And especially when it comes to the pets and stuff. I don't know, maybe they'll do fine without me. And I'll have someone look after them more often, but I'll miss you too. I do like fishing. There's a definite appeal to the idea of being camping somewhere where you're like either right next to or very close to a fishing source, and then you can just spend like as much of the day as you want, just like fishing and relaxing and cooking and hiking, and like that sounds amazing. So we're at 90%. I need to find another roomer is what I need to do. Nice cup of tea. Yeah. Hazel, you're on late? I am on a little bit late. Hi, Carrie Berry. Carrie Berry. I'm on for about another 25 minutes or so. I'm trying to get my Weaver pact done for the week. It's been nice just kind of flying around and doing world quests and stuff. That Titan Colossus we have to skyride down takes forever. Yeah. He's not my favorite. Doing it for the campaign was the worst. I had a better time doing it for the world quest because I was able to join a group and do it with a bunch of other people. Oh, there's another world quest over here. I missed this one. That'll do it. We need to do something to vigilant nest guard corpses. We need to collect them. I wonder if tomorrow morning on stream, if I do something fun and interesting like dungeons, or if I do something really comfy like just herbalism. Just fly around and pick flowers and then sell them for gold. It sounds really nice. Plus I might be able to recoup some of the money that I spent on alchemy. Listen to your heart in the morning. Mm-hmm. you're right, I haven't taken a break yet this stream. I think that the afternoon time slot really throws me off. Normally I'll look at the clock and I'll be like, oh, it's kind of between like 10 and 10:45. That would be a good time for me to get up and take a break. And did not... I don't know when you take a break into 2 to 5. I guess 3:30, but... Is that how getting better at running works? You tell me. How's your running going? I don't know how to do it. I think my add-on blocked a function and now I'm confused. Being honest threw me off, but I like it. Oh, it's because my add-on went away. So let's disable World Quest List for a second, because clearly it's causing problems. Running isn't going, but I imagine running longer more often is good for getting better at running. That does sound true. Your body has a tendency to get better at doing the things that you make it do regularly. It's shocking, but it does seem to work, more or less. I'm not sure what you're talking about with a Night Fae mount in Korthia. I'm not, I don't know if I know. Not running like 28 degrees and 80% humidity excuse. Adds a valid excuse to me. Is it any cooler if you went early? I know that's what I used to have to do when I was running. If I wanted to run on like a really hot day, was just go early before it had a chance to get hot, but I can't sit here and pretend to give running advice when I've been running like 5 times. Maybe more than 5, but not enough to describe myself as a runner with any degree of accuracy. So this is for a different quest or something. Does come with extra problems. There is a link to the knowledge point week grade that I'm using. It's called Mayu's. Getting up early and going running. Yeah. For ages, I thought there was no way it was ever going to make sense for me to get up early and exercise. Because whenever I did that, I was so exhausted that I was either useless the rest of the day or I would nap for like 5 hours in the afternoon. And don't get me wrong, I do still sometimes do that. But after just sticking with it for like a month, maybe 6 weeks, I actually hit a point where my stamina caught up and I was able to recover a lot better and not feel like a dead woman walking for the rest of the day after having worked out in the morning. It turned a corner after having stuck with it. It was awful for the first month though. I was not useful to anybody. Janelle Fawn, thank you very much for giving out some gift subs. It is fun to get better at things. This is true. +2 stam. I'm doing a terrible job of finding nest guards. Oh, here's one. Getting used to it part kind of sucks. It took longer than I wanted it to. I knew like the first time would suck, but I hoped that by the time I did like my 3rd workout, I would feel better, and that's just not realistic. You gotta give yourself more time, and it's so hard. It's hard to be patient. It's worth it, but doesn't come naturally to me. The thing that I like is just having the goal be consistency, and the goal for me is showing up. It takes a lot of pressure off of results. It doesn't really matter if it doesn't go very well once I show up, as long as I keep showing up. Eventually, I know it will get better. And that helps a lot. I'm not hyper focused on like individual progress, because you're not going to have progress every day that you work on something like that. You're going to have days that you feel like you've gone backwards, and you're going to have days that you feel like you got weaker. And if you are hyper focused on pushing new personal bests and records and like getting new physical skills, it's gonna really bum you out every day that you feel like you're not there. But if the goal was just getting either to the mat or on the gym or whatever it is for you, getting your running shoes on and going, and then you did it, then congratulations, you did it. You did consistency for the day. Did you talk to your fellow yogis yet? I said good morning to somebody whose name I knew, and I might have... No, I don't think I said their name, but I think I said good morning. And then they said good morning, and then I went, I did it. I still need one more Nest Guard corpse, but that's going to finish my Eyes of the Weaver for sure. Oh, man. I don't really want to whine because my job's really not that hard. But I'm going to have a tough time. I'm going to have to do something to kind of get back in the game tonight to make sure I must finish this one video that I'm working on tonight so that I don't fall behind. I can't afford to fall behind, but it's going to be hard because I'm like real cozy and kind of sleepy. And in my brain, I'm like, I did stuff for the day. I'm done. I'm not done. Is yoga predominantly female attendance, or is it 50-50? It probably varies depending on where you're practicing. I don't really look at people when I'm at the studio, but in the classes I go to, it is closer than you would think. It's maybe like 60-40 or 65-35 in favor of women, but there are definitely men at every class that I go to. And all different types of people. It's not just like what you would think of as a yogi. There's people of varying ages, people with varying body types. There's really no right or wrong person to do yoga. It really is for everybody. How did you get the courage to go to a live class? I got really fed up with myself. I got so sick of myself and being scared of things and being unable to do all of these things and having everything make me so anxious. And I know from experience and from reading and from therapy that generally all of that gets better as I continue to push my boundaries. And I knew that I needed to do something like going to a live class to help work on that, as well as also like get some exercise and maybe stretch out some of the physical tension in my body. And I had been thinking about it for like years. I had been thinking about it on and off for years. And like maybe a year and a half ago, I saw a pair of women walking downtown with like yoga mats, and they looked like they were just going to or from class, and they were, I don't know, talking and having a nice time. And I was like, those people are living their lives and I am hiding from my life. And that's sad. And then I continued to not change because that's what I do. And eventually I just got so mad. I was like, I'm doing something. So I signed up for it. It was like a month in advance. I spent the next month panicking. I spent the first 3 classes panicking. I'm sure everybody thought I was really weird. I was so awkward. But I went. And I continue going. But yeah, it was really hard. I did it with spite mostly. Which is why I think that it is not entirely unproductive to just grow resentful of your routine, because eventually it is possible to hit a breaking point where you get so sick of whatever it is that you're doing that you find that motivation to do something different. It's one thing to just think, I should do XYZ differently, and then it's another thing to actually feel it, and for me, I kind of had to hit a breaking point to get that. I want to see. Where is it? For Halloween this year, do you dress up as a bear so you can be Yogi Bear? New weekend exercise is paddleboarding. So relaxing, but I'm sore after. I actually really like being sore from exercising because it feels, don't get me wrong, it's awful, but it feels so much better than being sore from being crunchy and tense. The post-workout noodle, the post-yoga noodle sore is so much better than being a crab. Because I was in pain anyways. I was in pain all the time anyways. It is so much nicer to induce it via exercise and get actual like muscle soreness as opposed to just like, you know. I've heard of Yogi Bear. I don't know if I fully understand what Yogi Bear is. You do not have to be flexible to do yoga. There are definitely positions that you won't be able to get into And that's completely normal, and there is no reason why you need to get into them. There are modifications, and then there are even more modifications. The whole point is for each part of it, and good teachers can help you with this, finding out what you can do, and finding something that you can do that will work on strengthening or stretching or both, so that you can eventually work towards doing the other thing. But you're not supposed to do it overnight. There's really no hurry. You're not doing yoga to win or to get asanas or to get into specific poses. You're just trying to, be present, really. If you get there and you breathe through the whole thing, you more or less did it. For me, the modifications and stuff, I use a ton of modifications because I wasn't that flexible when I started 2 months ago either. I couldn't touch my toes. I was very stiff and very, clammed together. So I still use a lot of modifications, and it's about kind of finding that edge of getting a good stretch or getting a good strength building in places that will eventually let me work towards doing the cool stuff that other people are doing. Become the best yogurt. I'm gonna be the yogurt. I'm going to go be the prime #1 yogurt. No, it's not exactly the vibe. I think that if competition and winning was the vibe I wanted, I would be better off doing something more gym or CrossFit or there's probably other physical development disciplines that would have suited me better. But this one is good because it is helping me. It's helping me get to know myself. I sound insufferable, but it's true. It's good for self-awareness, and it's good for mindfulness, which is also separately something I needed to work on. I am so warm. I'm very sweaty. Yeah, can we be Yogurt Bear for Halloween? I don't know, who is to say? You do not sound insufferable? Give it a few years. You come to stream, I'm just chanting. I'm reciting Sanskrit phrases I fully don't understand, and telling everybody to find their, toes. I actually need to learn. There's a Sanskrit chant that's like an opening chant for the practice that is giving thanks to your teachers and the teachers that came before them. And it's like a respectful thing to do this chant along with the teacher. But it's in Sanskrit, and I need to learn it. I do not speak Sanskrit. But I have tapes that I can work from, so that's something that at some point I should probably do just to be respectful. I don't know how much I buy into the super esoteric side of yoga, but I think it's, beautiful and harmless at best, and it doesn't do me any harm to show respect. You got a tattoo, you have a book to sell, it's gonna be a whole thing. Practiced a martial art for a decade. Each class would start with a little ritual in Japanese to pay respects to each other. I wonder how dreads work with curly hair like yours. I absolutely could, with the wax and some work, put dreads into my hair. I would not do so, though. It feels like something that would not be widely culturally respectful or very, very to my personal liking for my own hair. I do want to do French braids, though, eventually, when it gets long enough again. If it gets long enough again before I get sick of it. What am I doing? I got another 10 minutes. I feel like we did good. Did I turn in my thing, by the way? I did, and then I opened it, and then I opened my Weaver's Gratuity. I did not get my recipe. Bummer. Okay. Maybe we pick flowers for 10 minutes. Be cautious of Kundalini yoga. I've heard people saying that about Kundalini yoga and meditation, which I think it gets like kind of a sensational rep because there are reports of people reaching like meditation-induced psychosis via it. It's not something that's super high up on my list, but I'm sure that the vast majority of that practice is not dangerous. I just, if we were gonna get Ayurvedic about it, which, I don't know. If we were talking dosha types, my general inclination is definitely a little bit less grounded, a little bit more vata, and Kundalini would not be something that I need more of. I need stuff that's gonna ground me, not the other way around. Yeah, anything but the white girl trends. We can have our quarrels. We'll be fine with those. I want to pick some flowers for a few minutes. Also, look at how pretty. She's got the quiver, she's got the big owl, she's got some of the night elf heritage. Ayurveda is also fascinating. Fell down a deep rabbit hole learning about the different doshas. It's very fascinating. I don't know. It makes a lot of really out there claims. So it's not something that I fully buy into just for myself, but even some of the smaller things that it will recommend, I find myself thinking about, like, in terms of, like, digestion and different foods that might help balance you out and stuff like that. I want to pick some flowers. 76? Yeah, 76! Also, I have 12 minutes left on this true site file, so I guess I should go pick a few things. We're suddenly sponsored by Big Turmeric. I mean, turmeric's just healthy in general. I was onto turmeric before I ever heard about Ayurveda. It's good for what is it, like joint pain? I used to know someone that had an elderly dog that would give them turmeric cookies for her arthritis. I just put it in curry because it's yummy. Although sometimes it makes me stain my clothes. I am almost finished stream for today. I have been on a little later than normal today. I've had a lovely relaxing time, but I am almost done. I'm gonna wrap up probably in the next 10 minutes. Get a little dinner. Grandfather did that for his dog. Helped the pupper a lot. Aww. Now I'm just thinking about food. Sometimes I feel like there is a chorus of little gremlins in my brain, and as long as I take care of basic things like food and sleep and whatnot, they mostly just like hang out and play cards and whatever. But if I don't, then they decide that they're gonna go for some collective action, and they all band together and they start chanting and they go, food, 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 food. And it becomes very hard to think about other things. Nearly 1 a.m. in the UK here. Late. You guys are up so late. I might be up a little. Well, yeah, I don't know. Depends on how focused I am later. Yoga really helped me relax while getting tattoos. I was conscious of being tense could loosen up. That's very interesting. I haven't had any new ones since starting yoga. I was actually thinking if I did get a tattoo started, that I would have to be careful with having it like wrapped for yoga, because I wouldn't want to be basically touching my healing tattoo to like my mat or anything like that. Just for basic wound safety. Happens to me when it's cold out. All I can think of is it's cold. The point where it derails conversations. I've seen some people that are like fitness creators, and they do videos where at one point in the video they'll do like a cold plunge thing, and some of them will just be in the cold plunge, like in a real cold water bath, and they'll just be talking about like their plans for the weekend or something. And I'm like, how are you? I mean, maybe it's not really cold, but I don't know why he would lie. It's just so crazy to me that like if you ever got me into a tub like that, I would be like non-verbal until I left. There would not be English words happening. There might be some sound effects. Artist told me I sat like a rock for my shit. Re-rolling my completion tune from mage to druid. Get used to it, part of the process. Done ice baths, go into the sea in the middle of winter, you feel invincible afterwards. Yeah, maybe. Hazel in full cat mode, fighting against being put in a cold tub. Accurate representation of what would happen. I hate cold water. I don't like cold showers. I'm not about it. I don't know. Maybe I would try it one day if I was really convinced it had really good benefits that were definitely going to make a big difference to something that I was specifically struggling with. But I, for a while, was doing cold showers to try to like wake my brain up to get me to help focus. And it worked, but I hated it so much I wouldn't do it. For something to actually, oh, I got my erosion polish slate, be effective, you have to keep doing it. And I just loathed it. But yeah, my partner likes cold showers, and sometimes after the shower he'll be like, hey, you want a hug? And I'm like, no, and I'll run. Oh, there's more over here. That's how I felt with delayed caffeine intake. I didn't crash, but I hated that it worked. I will do... I mean, it's not that delayed. I'll do caffeine at between like 8 and 10 in the morning, which is kind of delayed for me if I get up at 5 or 6. But I don't really think of it as delayed. I just think of it as later I'm going to enjoy a coffee. And right now, I'm not going to enjoy coffee yet. I never really got in the habit of crushing it like first thing in the morning. Like I always did a few things before having it, so I don't have that muscle memory to fight against. Do you ever get mad when you do a new self-care thing and it actually makes you feel better? Why do all the things I don't want to do help me? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Put my face in a sink full of cold water? I'll splash cold water on my face. I'll go that far. I just don't want it anywhere near, like, my core. When are you doing the jumping into freezing water thing? I would not hold your breath. Does not sound like the near future. We have to wait for my fitness YouTuber era, and then someone can drag me into a. Honestly, I wouldn't even be a tub. It would be a lake or something because, like, let's be honest, tubs full of ice are like annoying to set up, and you would have to have like a lot of ice. But like, I live in Canada. The lakes are freezing, man. Breathing's hard in cold water. I once, when I was a kid, I jumped into a lake that was fairly cold, and I remember panicking for a second because my body seized up when I went in the water, and for a minute I was like, I can't swim, because it was so cold that it just like shocked me, I guess, and that spooked me a little bit. Like I mean, I don't really love swimming in cold water, but if I ever do it, I tend to ease into it now. I don't jump because that kind of freaked me out as a kid. I was fine. Like I managed to swim successfully or hold on to the dock or something. I don't quite remember the details, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe no more cannonballs into cold water. Yeah, I have profession skill points in herbalism and mining that let me gather while mounted in both, so I'm able to just use any mount. You can herb while mounted without those profession points if you're using a lumber extractor or sky golem mount, but I don't want to use those because they're big and clunky and noisy. If you go swimming in the rain, easier to get in. Like you, Chrissy. Thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. They don't work anymore. What do you mean? I thought people were... They do, don't they? People were telling me about it. I think I tried it too. It doesn't work for mining. It works for herb though. It only works with herbs. Yeah, that's what it is. Because I can't check anymore because I obviously have the talent that lets me do it from any amount. But yeah, I was doing before I had this talent. I was able to do it. It's just not for mining. That's all. Quick Stew, thank you very much for giving out a gift. So I'm gonna do one more sky race and then I am going to wrap up stream for today. So if anyone was trying to give out a pair of gift subs for their Watcher of the Huntress pet, this would be the time before we go offline. I do not believe it works if we're offline. Let's take a look at the pet. Watcher of the remembering how to type. That's the one. Nice green owl. Very pretty. Let's do Dragon Race and then we'll be all good. Jack Tech, thanks for the gift subs. You can mine as a druid if you max the skill, though it'll toss you at a druid form occasionally. Huh. This is kind of unfortunate. I wonder what triggers that. I think she's been largely out of the frame today, but Kitty's been on my lap for this entire stream. She's such a sweet kitty. Gotta get that fancy cheese. Big Red Pony, thank you very much for the 3-month reset. Tomorrow I'll be on at my normal time. I'll be starting 9-ish. Oops. Oh no. 9-ish Pacific in the AM. Oh, Tattlet, thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. We are just about finished for the day. One of those nights just want to make Annie's mac and cheese for dinner. Those are delicious. They're really good. I don't know what the plan is for dinner, but I'm all hungry. Figure something out. How are you? I'm good, thank you. How are you? Okay, do this. I probably should just send the herbs that I collect to my alchemist. Oh, there's so many right here. To my alchemist so that she may craft with them, but that makes too much sense. It is more satisfying for me to sell them directly and then buy herbs as needed on my alchemist. It just scratches the brain a little differently. I do have corn, that is true. Gonna need more than corn. Some people don't accept rates. I didn't realize you could reject them. Could do a burrito with that corn. I like, not to make excuses, but I like burritos with rice. And rice is something I gotta start an hour in advance, and I don't think I got that kind of time. This is Doyer. I want to thank you guys for joining us today. I appreciate the company. I'll be back tomorrow morning, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.